Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Great to be with you. Hope you're well. Appreciate you joining us. I'm Jeff. That's Tom. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you go to listen live via the streaming free always. If you missed anything, go back, get caught up at your leisure, as we'll post all 3 hours upon the conclusion of the program, both to iTunes and in our own audio vault on the webpage. You can email us if you like. JCS at 979ESPNradio.com. Keep them coming. Always appreciate the input. On Twitter, it's at Jay Cameron Show. It's also at 979ESPN Radio. If you follow that feed, you can periscope the program. Want to watch us on YouTube, you can. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you're all well. Go to YouTube and type in ESPN Tallahassee and you'll find us. And finally, the WTSM app is good for your mobile devices. It doesn't matter if that's Android or iPhone. You're good to go with the WTSM app. The NBA draft tonight, pretty straightforward. Won't spend a lot of time on it. We'll be joined by Matt Millar in the 5 o'clock hour for the famous Where Are They From segment. For those foreign-born players that are projected to go in the draft, or at least have a shot at it, he'll guess the country of origin in the 5 o'clock hour. Fun times ensue. That's later. As for tonight, Tom, since we don't talk about it much, I'll just do this. I wouldn't overcomplicate the situation all that much. DeAndre Ayton 1, Marvin Bagley III 2. We're done talking here. You don't have to get into all this other stuff. It's just you can't teach 7'1", 260 pounds, offensive skills for days, 19 years old, only going to get bigger, stronger, really comfortable in his body. Yeah, he's got to get better on defense. I'll take my chances. And then for Bagley, we saw him up close and personal. Monster.
Yeah, I feel like Bagley is not talked about at all in this process. Admittedly, anybody else. You hear about Porter, you hear about Luka, you hear about Ayton, but Bagley is just kind of this ho-hum player. And, yeah, did we not watch his freshman season? Were we not in awe of what he was able to do night in and night out in the ACC? Not just to Florida State, but to anybody.
Yeah, and he's 19 as well, and
right.
6'10" and 240 pounds and really skilled, and he'll go top 5. But I think that, again, don't overcomplicate it. You got guys. Now, I will say, again, in today's game, not a lot of post touches. The game doesn't slow down into half court. It doesn't, you look at the playoffs in the 80s and 90s, and especially the 80s, and my era, if you will, as I'm a 47-year-old man, the bench gets shorter. Half court basketball rules the day. Got to be able to feed the ball into the post to a big man. But lumbering big men are a way of the past, looking at the past. Now you got guys that can catch and shoot from beyond the arc. That have a multitude of moves, can put the ball on the ground. It's a revolution that's happened in basketball, and that's why Ayton is a sexier pick, I think, in that situation. But to me, you can't miss just going with those guys. Then it gets weird because every year somebody's going to take a chance on a guy like Luka Doncic, and you'd say, okay, well, admittedly, I'm not watching these guys play over in Europe, so I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on him. I know what the measurables are. I know he's 6'8", 220. I know he's got handles. I know he's a backcourt player. I know all those things. I also know that of the international players that have been drafted in the top 5 or lottery picks, only one's been an all-star, so probably going to steer clear. That's Porzingis. Porzingis is the last guy.
Right.
And
having watched a good portion of his career, I'm not a Knicks fan anymore, but I've just watched when they're on just to see what he is, because he could be something really special given the size, and it's the evolution of the game once again. He's all right.
Porzingis is a nice player. I mean, you shouldn't be that tall and that skilled offensively.
Right, but I think had he been in a market not named New York, if he was in the Midwest or something along those lines,
they wouldn't have gone crazy. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
I will say I am intrigued, legitimately so, and we'll move on from the NBA draft. But listen, I'm legitimately interested in what Michael Porter Jr. becomes, because what we saw of him was garbage. Now, he was coming off of missing the entirety of a season, bad back, looked like a shell of himself. So I didn't get to see what that guy could be and was prior to injury. You see his body type and you hear the way he's described, and you think he has to be a really, really good prospect, and he's going to be a top 10 pick. But we saw him, to bring it back on a local level.
Yeah.
And he hurt their team immensely in the game that Florida State just boat raced Missouri. So that's,
It's the second time in 2 days, buddy, that you can take me back through talking about either the Florida State basketball schedule, where we're opening up against Florida in November this year, or this talk. What an awesome couple of weeks that was.
It was awesome.
It was
incredible.
Really fun.
An Elite Eight run.
Yeah.
Yes. And they did some things in that run that were just breathtaking, like beating their ass from start to finish.
Yes.
Really, they didn't belong on the floor with Florida State.
From start to finish.
It was crazy.
It took forever for that game to begin, but yes.
Or the Gonzaga game.
Yep.
Where you just watch and you go, they're not good enough.
Boy.
Everybody talks about
We're just
them.
better.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Like you could see it. Just
Right.
instantly. You and I were texting back and forth. They don't got a chance.
Right.
This is probably going to get ugly.
You were looking foul trouble and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. You're like, all right, let's – no, they don't have an answer. It was the exact opposite of the year prior when the two teams played.
Yeah.
Xavier, excuse me. The Xavier game.
You're thinking of Xavier, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the Gonzaga game,
Xavier, whatever. We're dismissed of all
all
of them.
those damn teams.
Get
that
the hell
aren't
out of
good.
here with whatever you are.
Let's segue to the NFL. Yesterday I said on the show, and it's gotten some traction, and I want to reiterate here what I said, and I'll say it again because it's accurate, it's factual, I don't back away from it. The Winston camp is preparing for the NFL to hand down a suspension. That is true. They are preparing for that. I said at the time yesterday that the thought in that camp was that worst-case scenario, it would be 3 games. Best case scenario, I suppose, would be no suspension, but they are bracing for a suspension. They suspect the NFL will levy a suspension. Now, look, it's the off season, and people don't want to talk about the World Cup. A lot of talk shows and writers certainly would rather, if there's an NFL story, especially within the state, they'd rather talk about something like this. And so this thing took off, and it went a lot of different directions, and you had people positing that I made it up, which I didn't do, and I don't need to, and it's ridiculous to suggest as much.
Well, I don't know, man. That show meeting yesterday where we said, how could we make Tampa's life difficult? How could we make one specific person in Tampa's life more difficult? Because I obsess over that person all day long. I don't know about you.
No, I've heard some things that people have gotten back to me and said, oh, this guy thinks you made it up, or this guy thinks you did it for publicity. But they just, I'll forgive them, and here's why. They clearly don't know who I am. 20 years in the industry, covering Florida State, covering the ACC, covering the NFL, Major League Baseball, you name it. You and I covered Stanley Cup Finals together. I've been,
That's true.
You name it. Okay, we've done it. This show is wildly popular. I don't need to do that. I'm not in the habit of just making something up on a slow day so I can try to somehow stoke some ratings or something. That's just not what we do.
Why would that serve this?
It doesn't. But I'm, if you're not in this market and maybe you have no idea who I am, or you haven't heard my show on Sirius XM, or you aren't aware of,
or you didn't listen to the segment
or
yesterday,
you didn't listen to the segment yesterday, then whatever. I get it. What it is, though, too, at least for the fans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the way, of which I'm one, but removing that aspect of the conversation and just looking at it objectively, it provides an awful lot of angst and frustration. And if I just put on the fan cap as somebody who's from that area and who love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and want to see that franchise succeed, I'm with you. I'm angst-ridden too. I hate that. I hate that they're preparing themselves for the NFL to hand down a suspension. I wish I had not been told that. That wouldn't. It would suit me just fine if this thing got pushed aside and there was nothing to see here, and let's just move on. But the point is,
I wish your imagination hadn't told you that either. I wish you hadn't devised that this is something and then you believed it. That was I wish that hadn't happened either, because that affects everybody.
Sure. So what sucks is, and I get this, I get the frustration. I've seen it in other markets, and we've all had our fair share of frustration surrounding the NFL. The thought from a lot of fans, and I share this oftentimes, is that, look, anybody can accuse anybody of anything. I don't know what happened that night. None of us do. I was not in the Uber. I don't know. And I have not had conversations with the Winstons or their representatives about what specifically happened that night out in Arizona as alleged by the Uber driver. I have not had those conversations, okay? Not in terms of sitting down and saying, okay, case by case, Jameis, tell me what happened that night. I have not done that. I don't want anybody to get the impression that I've done that. I have not, and I never said I did. But we know what she accused him of, and then we know what he said, which is that I don't know what she's talking about. I didn't do this.
Yeah.
In essence, I'm just paraphrasing for the interest of time here. And then that was the end of it. It was sort of that was the end of it. That was
Right.
back in 2016. I mean, this is
And there's one other bit of evidence that you've been privy to.
right. I heard I did hear the voicemail that Uber's representative left for Jameis.
Correct.
I did hear that. Yes. And that is why I thought, well, there's nothing to this based on what I heard with that, okay? Or it didn't go down as she suggested based on that message, okay? But that's where it was left off. And the NFL is privy to more than that. They've done their own investigation, and they've taken their sweet damn time doing it. And I don't know the reasons for that, okay? All I know is you have a case where this woman said this thing happened, and he says no, it didn't, and other people were apparently there, and I don't know. That's their investigation.
But the NFL and Goodell, who ultimately hands out these punishments, is much like the NCAA. There's no rhyme or reason to each individual case, and there really doesn't need to be a basis in law.
Exactly, and it's why I think the Winston camp is preparing to hear from the NFL that he is suspended because they can cite code of conduct policy. Yesterday's show, and maybe this is where some of the confusion lies, we thought, well, with a lack of criminal charges in the case, what would they have to stand on? What would the league be suspending him for if there is no criminal case? But we also know, as fans of the league and as longtime, viewers of the NFL, that they're in a stance now. They've taken a stance now because of mistakes that they've made in the past. In particular, if you want to look at the Ray Rice case and any number of other things, where Roger Goodell is afforded an awful lot of leeway. And the players gave him that latitude, by the way, unfortunately. I would think that they would probably regret that. In fact, publicly they have and bemoaned that many times. He's given a lot of latitude as to what kind of punishment he can dole out, regardless, Tom, of a lack of criminal charges. Zeke Elliott never got officially charged, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So my point would be, if they believe that there's a violation of a code of conduct, something that obviously doesn't represent the shield, if you will, in the way that they deem appropriate, they can dole out punishment. They can hand down levy suspensions. Yesterday's show, I pointed out that when we looked at the ruling or the NFL's code of conduct policy, that, hey, one of the things that they could cite if they wanted to, was that, hey, you knew of this accusation and you didn't in a timely manner alert us to this fact.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself, from what you read, and again, I'm not an expert on the NFL's policies here, seemed to suggest they could suspend him for that alone.
Right. Yeah, that's the door opening. But
they could. Now, they may cite something different. I don't know.
It doesn't matter what they cite, though.
It
That's
doesn't.
the other thing. Are we going to get hung up on that little detail rather
Minutia?
than the fact that the camp is preparing for a suspension? Because let me take it back to the Zeke case just momentarily. Kia Roberts, who was the lead investigator for the NFL into
Yes.
that case, recommended to the NFL
That
as
they
the lead
not.
Yes, as the lead investigator for the NFL, she recommended to the NFL, no additional discipline here, man. There's nothing. You can't mete anything out. Well, guess what? They did anyway in the form of 6 games or whatever it was, and Kia herself left the NFL as of late this March. I just pulled up an article from the Star-Telegram out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you
the
have your own
commissioner-
employee who you task with investigating the situation, saying that you can't do anything about this. And the commissioner says, the hell I can't.
The frustration the players feel is that, in a sense, he's got carte blanche to do what he wants.
Yes.
And that they gave him that authority. Now, you can bet this is something that will be brought up during the next CBA. But the point would be that, and this is the main thing I want to get across for people who have only kind of weighed in from afar or maybe didn't hear the segment and did not really maybe parse the words and look at it very carefully. I can assure you, and I did not make this up, I have no reason to, the Winston camp is preparing to hear from the NFL that a suspension is forthcoming. That they suspect that is happening. If it doesn't, great. Because as a Bucs fan, I'll celebrate it right along with you. Again, putting the fan cap back on, I'll dance just like everybody else because the Bucs have a seriously tough road to hoe to start the season. And they're going to need Jameis Winston. just purely looking at it from a fan standpoint,
Right.
I'm with you on that.
Yes, we have a noise that's queued up just in case that's what comes down.
If that comes down, if they decide, you know what, we're going to decline to suspend because we just don't have enough here, and we've decided after vetting this, we're not suspending you, this is how it will sound here in Tallahassee.
Fire them cannons!
Indeed. And as, by the way, your new home for Tampa Bay Buccaneers football, we will celebrate all the more.
Right.
So this didn't come from a place of, hey, here's an angle we can take, or maybe we'll do this and stir the pot a little bit. It's just a fact. They're preparing as if he's going to be suspended. Now, the hope is that he's not. And, again, I was told the maximum number of games that they think could be handed down by the league would be 3 games. They didn't say they knew that to be true. They thought max 3 games, minimum 1. So how that happens, whether or not he would appeal that, all of these other things that are being talked about and debated, I do not know the answer. I'm not privy to that, or at least I haven't been up to this point. I don't know if he would, if the league says it's 1 game, would he say, okay, I'll take that and move on? Or would he say, no way, no how, I'm going to fight it? If it's 3 games, if it's 2 games, what is their next step? I don't know that, and I never suggested I did. And my hope is that, in fact, there are no games, that they say, well, there's just not enough here, guys. Let that be a lesson to you, by the way, Jameis. Get it together.
Right.
We're going to fine you, whatever it is. I don't even know. But the point would be they are moving forward as if he's going to be suspended.
Right. Well, and what you said is your educated guess is if he's suspended for 3, they'll appeal because that's
I would think
insane.
So. Well, and listen, if we're going to engage in speculation and just talk as we do on Sports Talk Radio about
Right.
what a guy should or should not do, or what the Bucs should do, or is the league being fair or not, everybody weighs in on that opinion. I mean, this is the forum for it. It's fodder for conversation. Yeah, I've got thoughts on that, and I will speculate on that. And I'm telling you now, if they suspend him for 3 games, he absolutely should fight that for a variety of reasons. But yes, I would.
And then there's the other part where we put on the PR caps and say, listen, wouldn't you appeal this if anything came down at all?
I would appeal it no matter what.
Because your reputation is at stake here, something that you've been trying to rebuild.
The problem is his reputation is damaged regardless.
Correct.
But you're right. I would appeal it, especially if I proclaim I did nothing wrong.
Right.
Then I'm going to say I did nothing wrong. Now, again, where we were the only place we speculated yesterday, and it's absolutely fair to disagree with me. I got no problem with somebody saying, no, I don't think that's the way it's going to go down, Jeff, or no, I don't think that's why they would do it. That's fine. You can disagree with me. The only area we speculated was, well, maybe they could get him if they get him on anything by not following that rule of letting the league know
that
there's
opening.
Been this accusation. I don't know if they would cite that or not, and it would seem, now I will say this, Tom.
You said as much yesterday to that end.
I did.
So, you just listen to things.
But what I will say is this, and I've been frustrated by this in the past with other incidents in the league. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like the league, which has a ton of resources. I mean, we've watched as people talked who worked in the league on national shows, on ESPN and the like, about the authority and the powers the league has to investigate claims. Any claim for anybody. I mean, all of the money and the resources that they put into the Tom Brady stuff for a deflated freaking football.
Yes.
I mean, so obviously they can go all in if they want to. It feels like sometimes they drag their damn heels on these issues to the extent that feels absurd. So my guess is fans would think, you mean to tell me that we've been sitting around here for nearly 2 years or however long it's been since that Uber incident, and after all of this time, you're going to cite a technicality for a suspension? You're going to say, well, there's nothing to her claims, but we'll suspend you based on the fact that you didn't tell us in a timely fashion?
Yeah.
I don't know if they will or not, but that is the kind of petty stuff the NFL occasionally cites.
Yeah, well, they don't have to cite a damn thing. Once again, this undercuts it. It's kind of like when the NCAA was investigating Miami. Remember the black cloud that was hovering over?
There have been so many investigations of Miami,
this is true.
Tom.
Let me specify.
Which one? Was it when they stole Pell Grants? Which is this?
This would be the one when Al Golden was hired and he didn't know that the NCAA would be investigating them for years.
And, oh, by the way, they botched that investigation.
They did.
And actually, it led me to feel bad for the University of Miami.
Right,
yes.
because of ethical problems.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that this is the same level of unethical behavior, but when you tell me that the NFL tasks an investigation team into looking into a case such as the one with Ezekiel Elliott, a very public one, I mean, that's the whole thing between Jerry Jones and Goodell.
It's a feud.
It's a feud, and it's going on publicly, the face of every website, at least at some point during the investigation.
Sure.
And you tell me that the lead investigator comes to the conclusion, with all the NFL's resources, that you can't do anything about it, and the commissioner says the hell with that, then he doesn't need a reason. If the investigator, that's the person's job, they say, Roger, nothing's here. You can't do anything.
Right.
And he in turn says, no, I will. I can and I will.
Yes.
Then how can you apply reason and logic to anything when it comes to any other situation moving forward until there's a CBA that changes the rules?
And herein lies the great frustration that fans feel and certainly players have voiced. It is this wild inconsistency. It is this lack of a standard. So you would say, okay, here's precedent. Based on that precedent, we're acting this way. That's not how this seems to work in the NFL. And that is the frustrating thing because people believe it's sort of willy-nilly. Well, in this case, he's going to levy this suspension, but in this case, he's going to let it slide. Over here, he's going to screw this team, but over here, he's going to let this team. And when fans believe that and players think that, then obviously you got a problem on your hands. Yeah. And that's the league's problem. It's a PR issue. They've been going on for some time now. There's no getting around the fact that they did botch the Ray Rice stuff. They've botched lots of things. I mean, this whole thing in the offseason with the kneeling, all of that stuff. They've botched so many things, it's hard to remember what they haven't. You know, it's hard to remember what they got right at any point. So, yeah, I mean, they can suspend him if they feel like it. Now he can appeal it. I just know that they suspect that he's going to hand down a suspension.
Of up to 3 games.
Of up to 3 games, no more than that. But, hey, the league's the league. I mean, who knows what they'll do?
And as a side note, you know, be it if you made it up or not, Jeff. But
if you don't know the show, are going to think you're serious.
Right.
But yes,
yeah.
No.
If you're trying to stir the pot, you know, and somebody might have a moral or ethical problem with you trying to stir the pot from nothing, right? You're just creating this out of thin air.
The people that allege that I made that up, right?
Right, and then you're going to cite you on a blog post and have people click it. Well, that's not very consistent, is it? Because now you're trying to garner attention and
it also
clicks.
doesn't do anything for me. But for how we get ratings.
Well, I mean, it gets us another impression for you know, actually handing down legitimate information. But my whole point is, if you have such a problem with that, then why would you ever create a post on whatever outlet you may have in order to generate looks? Because then you're just feeding off of that yourself.
Well, you're lending credence to it. But, yeah, I just would say that, again, I'm right here. I've talked to anybody that's reached out to me today. So, you know, I mean, I don't have anything to hide there. I mean, that's fine. We can talk about it. But the point is, it's not even that big a scoop.
That's the other thing.
That's the part that makes me laugh.
No, we were joking about this earlier today.
It's not really that big a scoop.
It tells you it's June and how starving people are.
I mean, that's what I thought. I didn't know. I was unaware that it was getting silly because until I checked my phone this morning and people were like, yo, dude, well, you're being cited here, here, and here. And I went, oh, well, that's fine. And I still didn't think it was that big a scoop. It's just that the family's preparing that he's going to be suspended.
When you told me this yesterday, when it came to your attention, I was like, well, that makes sense because if you read anything down there, they're all talking about suspension and how long will it be.
I think the team was bracing for this. Right. I mean, internally, I think they haven't stated anything publicly, but I think internally they were certainly bracing
that this is a very real possibility. So when you told me, I'm like, well, that makes sense. 3 is strong, man. Now that's crazy. But
yeah, 3 seems absurd. Hopefully it's not 3.
But I wasn't shocked by the idea of Jameis Winston's suspension. That didn't catch me off guard, so I don't know why there's all this.
Well, I think the larger talking point and the more controversial talking point, if you're getting into how does this affect his legacy? How does it affect his team? How does it affect the franchise moving forward in negotiations with him as to whether or not they want to hitch their wagon to him long-term as the face of the franchise and as an unquestioned leader? What does this do to further decline his status within the Tampa Bay community amongst those who didn't want him to begin with? Has he already done enough in that community in the way of great acts for charity and the like to restore faith? Does this now undercut any of those endeavors? And all of this is worth talking about, and all of this is fodder, and all of this is the kind of stuff that you could debate and you can see both sides and you can grow more and increasingly frustrated with. I got you. But that's really those are the talking points, not that the family's bracing for a suspension.
That's why I got to appeal it, though, for all those reasons about foundation and reputation.
I agree. I agree with that, and I would appeal it.
Yeah.
But my point is, and I will also say this, if I'm representing Winston, I'm saying we are appealing this. You didn't do anything wrong,
Right.
and by the way, they're not filing any charges against you. So really, the league is just going on, this idea that you violated the conduct policy. And look, I don't know what evidence they have or don't have. And again, I wasn't in their car that night, so I don't know what happened or what didn't happen. But to me, I would appeal it if I did nothing wrong, right? The problem is it doesn't matter, and that's the thing that stinks. Is if you take the side that if you believe him. If you believe he did nothing wrong and that this is just a trumped-up thing and that somebody was looking for money.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, but guess what? The accusation's the accusation, and the damage from a public relations standpoint is going to stand. There's nothing you can do about that. Whether you deny that charge or whatever it is, it's out there. It's been spoken into the ether. It's being talked about now, and your name is next to that, and there's nothing you can do about it. Fair has nothing to do with it either. It's just part and parcel to this day and age and the way these guys are covered, social media and the like.
What do you think we can make up out of thin air tomorrow?
I'll think long and hard. I'll come up with something juicy. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Note, I said all Rogues, not some, are $4,000 off. 2018 Versa S's start at an unbelievable $12,960 for a new car. But the true star of summer is the 2018 Altima. All Altimas, and we have over 60 to choose from, are $6,000 off MSRP. That's right, all 2018 Altimas are $6,000 off with prices starting at just $18,970. And as always, all Craft Nissans come with our exclusive free lifetime warranty. So before you head off on your summer vacation, head to Craft Nissan for unbeatable prices. Prices include dealer preparation charge, must finance through NMAC with approved credit, and take delivery from dealer stock.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Looking for a new place to watch your favorite sporting events? Hobbit American Grill with 3 locations to choose from. Just show them your stub. That's right, your ticket stub from any local sporting event for $1 pints and $3 crafts. BOGO Mondays every Monday with 50% off specials. Like or follow on Facebook to get all the details. PS4 tourneys, trivia, karaoke, darts, and more. Lots of daily lunch specials under $8. Happy hour specials daily and happy hour all day on Friday. The Hobbit American Grill.
Parker Brothers Roofing says don't play games with your roof. Protect your home and your family. The Parker Brothers tell you the truth. We'll fix your roof, cause it's what we do. With quality, integrity, and pride. Parker Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
Roofing is rewarding, but it's not exactly a bed of roses. It's a very dirty job, subject to the environment, working on 98-degree summer days, dodging rainstorms, working on steep slopes like a mountain goat. At Parker Brothers, our skilled workers have chosen this challenging trade as their career choice. These are the people that you want working on your roof. We've been servicing the community since 1995. Call us at 656-8112.
Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
CGC 042221. CCC 049350.
It's time to get your chop on as our Atlanta Braves continue to roll through the big NL East battles and into the summer.
The 3-2 pitch, here it comes, and there it goes. It's fair, it's long, it's in the chop house.
Atlanta Braves baseball on 97.9 ESPN Radio is brought to you in part by Fonville, Lewis, Messer, and McConaughey, and by Metro Deli in downtown Tallahassee. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com/Braves. You're locked in with the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
I love the way you walk. I'm crazy about your walk.
My Pillow comes with a 10-year warranty. Did you know that, Tom?
Oh, man. Does it ever.
My Pillow is machine washable and dryable. My Pillow is made right here in the U.S. of A. My Pillow comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. My Pillow is doing some things, and it can be your pillow by going to mypillow.com. I'll save you money if you do so right now. Go to mypillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, and enter the promo code 979ESPN. Do it! That pillow is damn comfortable. I'm telling you, you'll like it. And you'll get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for one low price plus free shipping. That's a lot of P's. Go to mypillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter promo code 979ESPN. If you don't like clicking on websites, got to get over it. We live in a world where websites are very popular. So instead, you can call 800-944-6596. Use the telephone if you like. 800-944-6596. Be sure to use the promo code 979ESPN either way.
Damn it. I get it now. He was trumping up the Winston story out of nowhere to sling pillows.
Fear and consumption, you bastard. MyPillow.com. I like Mikal Bridges. If Mikal Bridges goes into the top 10 tonight, a team's getting a mighty fine player from Villanova. That's who I'd take, Tom. I like Mikal Bridges. If I had something outside the top 2 picks. Looks like you guys are going to take some dude, the dude out of Kentucky, but I don't know. I always knew his name was the Alexander kid, but I didn't know that there was the Gilgis Alexander in there. That's it's Shai Gilgis Alexander.
Wait a minute. Who's us? The Knicks?
Yeah, you're a Knicks guy.
I'm not a Knicks fan.
You're a huge Knicks guy.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
You wear it every day. Trae Young to the Cavs, perhaps at 8. Michael Porter going to the Bulls at 7. Wendell Carter, the center from Duke, the freshman, 6'10", 250. He could be making his way over there too. Mohamed Bamba is the guy I like out of Texas too, 7 feet, 220. All these 19-year-olds going to the league, man. That's a grown-ass man league. You got to play 82 games. It's brutal.
Mo Bamba is guaranteed to either be a star or
a
an all-time
complete bust. Yes.
He can't be average. Can't be.
I think that's probably true.
With a name like that?
I'm guessing he's going to be good. He has to be with the name Mo Bamba. You got to be good. Got to dominate, right? Got to make things happen. World Cup. Look at this. Argentina struggling, down 1-0.
Really? Who are they playing?
Croatia. They're down 1-0 early. I mean, late. We're in the 80th minute.
Oh, goodness. How about that?
France won earlier today, and
I ended up watching the first action of the World Cup that I'd seen. It was yesterday in the morning slate, and that was the Portugal-Morocco match.
yeah, you saw the goal in the first 5 minutes and nothing else the rest of the way is what you saw.
Unfortunately,
you
I
saw
tuned in the 10th minute, so I did not see a goal.
Oh, I saw the goal, yeah.
Morocco really carried the balance of the second half to the point where it was ridiculous.
They carried
didn't
the
score.
balance of the whole first half after giving up the first goal in a millisecond, and then that's what happened.
You look at the second half especially, they have about 5 or 6 point-blank chances, and it's just soccer being soccer, man.
Well, and, in the same way that baseball can really serve to be infinitely frustrating, the beautiful game does as well. And as much as I like it, and again, I'm not diehard like World Cup fans are, but I know the game because I played it growing up, and I love the game. I like it anyhow, and certainly, watch here and there. Don't watch a lot of international.
I like how you instantly downgraded it. I love the game. Well, I like it.
I like the game. I loved it when I played it. I like it now. I'm not a junkie. I'm not heading over to the bars at 7 a.m. to watch like a lot of people do. Nothing wrong with that, and that's fine, but I haven't gotten to that place.
I've done that a couple of times, and it's fun.
It is fun. Your rest of your day is screwed, but yeah.
It's like one of those deals, though. When you get there, you're happy. But everything about trying to get there, this is ridiculous.
Well, it's like when you and I watch the British Open at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I embrace that, though. I love that.
This is just as ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to be on regular time for this year.
Well, this year you will be, but to think of my sorry ass waking up at 4 to watch.
I'll be texting you.
Yeah, I'll be up. Man. I'll be up. I got to tell you something too, and let me make this point before. Did we take it all the way to the bottom of the hour last time, or do we still got to do the
pretty
news?
much. Yeah, I mean, I suppose SportsCenter will be the first item in this break.
It'll be okay. So let me just say this: I wouldn't be surprised if Brooks Koepka, Florida State's own, wins the British Open this year. He's a bad weather guy, man. He's a guy that went over there and made his bones on that tour, and is a guy that dealt with the winds, dealt with the rain, dealt with the cold, dealt with the food, dealt with being alone and dealing with, kind of all the things that go with being young and trying to make it in the world over there as a guy that had little to no experience doing it, and he found a way to tough it out, and he talked about that. And he's made to win a British Open.
Yes. Oh,
he's made to win a British Open. He's got 2 U.S. Opens, but he's made to win a British Open.
He had a crashing halt to his round today. He was flying through.
Yeah, he was 4 under through 5 at one point, wasn't he?
Correct, and he was 5 under working on his back 9, which
beating the hell out of this mic.
I mean, what did it do to you?
Well, I think you're about to tell me about a double or something.
Well, no, he bogeyed. So the front 9 was his second 9 today.
Mm-hmm.
So he bogeyed 4, 5, 7, and 9 on the way to a 37 on the back. So he's 2 under, tied for 31st. But it looks like there's some scoring to be had out there. It looked like he was going to just keep on going.
Yeah. Well, I know he striped his opening tee shot dead down the damn middle today, and you always wonder, and I would think too, it would be difficult coming off of a victory in a major. And then you turn around and you got to play a tournament that frankly is nothing close to a major.
Exactly. Related note, Jason Day is tied for 5th.
I would have a hard time not withdrawing from my commitment to that tournament. But I think you develop a bad reputation that if you win a major and then you decline to go to the next week's tournament that you committed to.
They want to sell you all the more now that you're a major champion. But he doesn't do the whole circuit, though. He didn't do it again this year, right? So, like the late night circuit or anything like that. So he's probably more rested than most.
He seems more comfortable in doing interviews than he was a year ago, but I think you're probably right. It's not his cup of tea. He doesn't love doing that. He doesn't want to go to the late night shows and sit down and talk about these things. He did decline it last year. He went straight to Vegas.
Yeah.
And he and his team, as he calls it, had a real good time in Las Vegas. But I can understand that.
Yeah, the 2 wagers I'll make for sure when I get out there. I'm sure I'll make several more because, I'm reinforced every day listening to you. But when I get out there across the pond.
Trying to imply that I might have a gambling problem?
It's going to be, not if you succeed. And that's what your retort would be,
problem,
right?
Right.
Koepka and Fleetwood. Those are going to be the 2 wagers for the Open Championship.
Well, and Fleetwood's also built to do that, yeah. And he hits it a mile. I walked by him at Augusta and watched him just hammering shot after shot after shot.
And how big is he?
Oh, he's not that big at all.
Right.
He's a wee little lad. But they get so much torque and they're able to turn so much and their club head speed is insane.
Yeah.
Tony Finau hits it in a way that's uncomfortable. It just goes and goes and goes, and you're just sitting there. A lot of those guys, like Dustin Johnson, obviously does that.
Right.
Brooks can do that. Where you really marvel when you watch these guys live is somebody like a Ricky Fowler. Or Justin Thomas is a better example. Justin Thomas, whom I've talked to, stood right next to, sat there, talked with for a good 15 minutes. There's a guy.
You actually talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him briefly. I guess he was standing next to me. I said some words. He said some words back. There were other people talking to him.
So in a grand conversation.
Yeah, in a bigger conversation, yes. But we were at the same, and this sounds really, really arrogant, we were at the same party. And he is...
That didn't sound arrogant. It sounded like you're at a party.
Well, I was with him and Justin Rose and others. But
now you know.
So here's the
Tiger's agent while you're at it.
Yeah, well, he was there. So here's the thing that I'll say. Van Pelt was there. So was Tirico.
I'll bet Tirico was having a good time.
He was. Tirico was pleasant.
Did he give you the nod?
Yes. And he took a picture with Trey Jones's wife.
Oh, really?
Because they both went to Syracuse.
Oh.
So here's the thing. You were about to say something else. That's why I quickly added. But here's the thing about that party I was at. The point is Justin is tiny.
Yeah.
I mean tiny, Tom. I don't know how in the hell he hits the ball 320, 330 because he is tiny.
Does he get along with Van Pelt?
Who, Justin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll bet he does.
I will tell you this. I didn't see them talking, so I don't know. Van Pelt gets along with Tiger's agent real well, and he's really close with Tirico, and he's really close with another player on tour who's a lesser name, Woody
Austin.
I think so.
Is that right? Was Woody Austin hanging out there?
If that's the one, is he old? Is Woody old?
I think so. Yeah.
It's a different Woody. I'll look him up during the break. Okay. But they were hanging out talking in the kitchen. Those two got along swimming.
Oh, did they?
They were laughing and yucking it up. I did not engage that conversation. But Justin was right next to me, and I said, that guy's a gnat. He's really tiny. Matthew would whoop his ass. I'm just telling you. That's surprising when you see a guy hit a ball 330.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Matthew can hit the ball a long way.
Not that far. So Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
And according to documents from the University of Connecticut, former basketball coach Kevin Ollie violated several NCAA rules, leading to his firing with cause and voiding the $10 million left on his contract.
I give to you easy laundry service from my friends at Wash Around the Clock. Oh, buddy, this is a game changer. If you're like me, your life is hectic. Between work, school, your kids' sporting events and activities, well, it leaves you precious little time to kick back and take a load off. About the last thing you want to do is hours of laundry, but there it sits, staring at you, taunting. No more. That's right, more watching, less washing. Save hours of valuable time when you sign up not doing laundry with Easy Laundry service from Wash Around the Clock. Whether it's dry cleaning or just plain laundry, Wash Around the Clock's Easy Laundry service will pick up and deliver at your home or office. So sign up for free today at easylaundry.net, or you can give them a call, 850-597-9007. Again, sign up today at easylaundry.net. Oh, and by the way, I got you. Use promo code JCS20 and save 20%. That's promo code JCS20. You're saving 20% on your first order. That's easylaundry.net from Wash Around the Clock.
You know what? It's time you level up your lemon lime with new, clear, refreshing Mountain Dew Ice. Why settle for this when you could have this? You want a fist bump that ends in one of those fake explosions?
Hey, Charles.
Or a fist bump that ends in an actual explosion?
Hey, Charles.
Want to pull up to the party on this? Or arrive in this? Make this musical request? Or this one? So yeah, you can keep drinking the same old, but we think you'll like the exploding fist bump, showing up to the party properly way to lemon lime, right? Mountain Dew Ice. Clear, refreshing lemon lime, redefined.
Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
Truck and Car Concepts, we're your one-stop shop for tripping out your truck. Truck and Car Concepts, people with their cars, we're number one by far. Bed liners, bed caps, toys to throw your money at. Car stereos, car alarms, things for all you soccer moms. Detail and diamond plate, parts to fix your tailgate. Truck and Car Concepts, we're your one-stop shop for trimming out your truck. Truck and Car Concepts, people with their cars, we're number one by far. Exterior accessories, lift kits for your mud needs. Mud tires, nice wheels, everyone will get a deal. Window tinting, that's a must. Come on out and visit us. Truck and Car Concepts, we're your one-stop shop, we always aim to please. Truck and Car Concepts, everything is here from A to Z.
Are you looking for a trucking company you can work with till retirement? Do you want to feel like you're part of a family instead of just a truck number? If so, join the Early Trucking family that's been trucking for 25 years. ETC offers a benefit package that's second to none, including a 401k, paid vacations, sick leave, health insurance, Aflac group rates, and long-term care with only 2 health questions and a $1,000 signing bonus. They have regional dry van, hopper, and tanker lines available, home every weekend or more. Go to earlytruckingcompany.com to fill out an application. Help ETC keep agriculture in motion.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
You know what I think is weird? And I know it falls in line with a pattern that as fans and I guess you'd attribute it to large groups of people in general. We love to build people up to tear them down and then root for the comeback. I mean, it's a common thread in sports and entertainment of any kind, right? Guy comes on the scene, wows everybody. He's the next great thing. Everybody talks about it until they get tired of talking about it. And then they seek to chop away at the newfound legend, right? And then that person has a breakdown, does something publicly humiliating, apologizes, goes away, and then seeks a comeback at some point. And along the way, garners support of all of those that helped serve to tear him down.
Sounds like Sergio Garcia.
It does. It does. Well, at least for you and me.
Yeah.
Not everybody jumped back
No,
on
I
board,
did.
but I did too.
Both feet.
But I oddly, and I'm just going to admit this, and you will be surprised by it, I am really, really oddly rooting for Johnny Manziel to make it back into the NFL.
No.
Yes, I am. I am. He's with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and I'm rooting for him to play well over there and to get a shot. Well, and here's why I think it is.
Killed Cowherd for this, by the way.
No,
I'm
no.
on Team Johnny now. You're like, all right, great job, Cowherd.
I'm not on Team Johnny, and I didn't do it right after all that stuff went down, and I said I would have never drafted him, and I stand by that, and it was for obvious reasons, because I didn't think he had the skill set to be an elite quarterback in the league, and I had no idea why teams were looking at him as a first-round prospect. That doesn't go away. I agree with all that, and I said it, and I stand by that. But now dude's had all these setbacks and problems, many of which were his own making, obviously, and he's not – I don't want to be his friend, but he's over there trying to get after it with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and I oddly respect that. I think that if you're going to make a comeback, then you do what he did. He's 25. He's only 25. What, I'm making the case already?
Well, he still can't play, right? Did he suddenly get better?
Well, in the CFL, he's probably pretty good. But what I'm saying is this. Here's what I'm rooting for with the comeback. For him to play well there, get his life in order, and just make a team in the league as a backup. I don't need him to be – he's not good enough to be a star in the NFL.
I was waiting for that. Please.
No, he's not good enough to be in the star. That's not going to change. I said it before he was drafted. It never made any sense to me. I didn't think he would have success in Cleveland. He didn't. They released him. But everything that's happened since then, I guess he says he's sober now and he's gotten his mental health, maintaining mental health. He's been working therapist and all that. I don't know what you believe, what you don't believe. I don't know. I don't know that situation. But here's the deal. He has said basically, look, I want to make a comeback. Well, I raised an eyebrow, gave him the jaundiced eye and thought, sure you do, pal. But if you're going to humble yourself and roll on over there and try out in the CFL and then not talking a lot about it once it starts, but just go play, okay, I can get down with that because that's the right way to do it.
Right.
Just go let your play dictate whether or not you get another turn. I don't want you on the talk show circuit. Don't sit down with Oprah. I just go play. And if you play well enough that teams go, hey, that guy's killing it with the Tiger Cats, we maybe ought to bring him in.
Yeah, just as long as you make sure that you keep maintaining that he doesn't have any ability, that he's diminutive in stature, that he doesn't have a good arm, and he's nothing near what people thought he was.
But I said that all along when he was in college, coming out of college. I said
Right.
it before the draft. I'm not suddenly going to say he's got a great arm and he's taller.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
But could he be a decent backup? Could he bide you some time in a game or two if your starter went down? Maybe. There are a lot of sorry-ass quarterbacks that can do that in the league.
That is true, 100%.
And that could be his ceiling, and there'd be nothing wrong with that. And if he fights all the way back to get to that point, that would be impressive, given how far he fell.
I'll never forget having the experiment with the old social media network. I forget the name of it, but
the old social media network.
Well, no, it was just this thing. It's not around anymore. Anyway, it's like an Instagram type thing or whatever.
Snapchat,
kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it was for the college kids specifically, and Johnny was all over the Texas A&M.
He was at a party all the time, right?
He was at his own place, and the people on the A&M one are going, "Good, Johnny, get some help
Get it together, yeah.
Johnny, you need to get some help." And this
what
was around
that thing called?
It was around Christmas or New Year's, and
Yeah.
he kept on posting. He's shooting pool.
It
and
was
he's just,
video, yeah.
doing
Tilting it
shots
back
and stuff.
and all that, yeah. He
And
was a
people
mess.
on the Texas A&M one, they're not saying yeah, they're saying
Johnny, you got to get some
you
damn
gotta
help.
stop.
I think it turned for me when his dad was like, my son's going to die. And I was like, oh, man, now this is no joke. This guy's really worried his kid's going to die. That's not good. Get that dude some help. I say that about anybody, even if I don't like their persona in college or who they are, and even if I wouldn't want to be their friend. I don't want people dying out here.
Right.
So we'll see.
Right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
With the goal of providing honest repair estimates, fair pricing, and fast service. 35 years later, he's done just that and has made Bob's Auto #1 with FSU students and Tallahassee. His daughters, Misty and Melissa, have now taken the wheel and are still providing the best car care and collision service in town. Coming soon, Bob's Auto and Collision Center is moving to Lake Bradford Road. Stay tuned for details.
I was driving in my car and I smelled a number 5 with fries. Hadn't stopped for lunch, made me realize it was just my ride. Oh no. But with the new Febreze car, I got it under control. Now they come in light or bold, choose how you roll. Febreze car, roll with me and breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Grainger stands for safety, and they know what safety stands for. S, safety. A, all about safety. F, feeling good about safety. E, extreme safety. T, talking about safety. Y, you guessed it, safety. First aid kits, eye wash stations, fire protection. You name it. For over 90 years, they've been helping to keep facilities safe and people safer. When it comes to safety, Grainger's got your BACK. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Phoenix Suns hold the top pick in tonight's NBA draft in Brooklyn. Right now, the Kings have the second pick, followed by the Hawks, Grizzlies, and the Mavericks. It would be the first top 5 pick for Dallas since taking Jason Kidd's second overall back in 1994. Among the top prospects this time around, Texas center Mohamed Bamba, ESPN draft analyst Mike Schmitz.
He's going to have to improve his motor, continue to play with more toughness. But in terms of having a 7'10" wingspan, being a guy who protects the rim, has an incredible rebounding radius, his ability to switch on the perimeter as well, and he's added that 3-ball working with Drew Hanlon out in L.A., done a great job with his pre-draft process. To me, he's the most intriguing prospect in this draft.
Mike Schmitz on Golick and Wingo. The Heat and Raptors are the two teams right now without a pick tonight. Our coverage of the draft starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. At the World Cup, in Group C, France advances to the knockout stage with a 1-0 win over Peru. Denmark and Australia finished in a 1-1 tie. Brazil forward Neymar will start against Costa Rica tomorrow, even though he still won't be at 100%. Neymar had to leave training earlier this week with an ankle injury. Prior to that, he was out for about 3 months this year with a right foot injury. And according to documents from the University of Connecticut, former basketball coach Kevin Ollie violated several NCAA rules, leading to his firing with cause and voiding the $10 million left on his contract.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Hour number 2, Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. Hello. Big Daddy J celebrating during the break with a little under action in that Yankees-Mariners matchup.
Almost took Matthew's hand off with the high five you gave him.
Also took Seattle plus a run and a half, and they covered the run line, so that's a double-a-do.
You're doing a lot of high-fiving with Matthew lately. You had your first high five last week.
We did.
Right?
We did have a high five together.
And now that was a double one right there.
Well, we both won. We may have put some action down on the game. That was a little bit of a Big Daddy J moment during the break. That got pushed to the limit, by the way. I didn't think with Severino pitching against Paxton that we'd see anything close to 7 runs. The over-under was 8. We took the under. 4-3 final.
There you go.
All righty.
Just as you draw it up.
Yeah, that was, well, especially because there were like 4 or 5 runs scored in the first 2 innings. What the hell are we doing here, guys? That's a recipe for a disaster. That's a bad day for the books, though. They've got that one all day long after the first inning, and now they're like, look at this. These freaking bullpens going to carry the day. 2 of the best 4 pitchers in the American League go out here, suck it up, and the bullpens dominate the day.
There it is.
Yeah, baseball.
You know the awkward exchange, the turkey, where one guy goes in, he's going to give you the fist pound, and the other guy goes in for the high five. Well, there's no good way to put that.
There isn't.
I tried.
Just
that was
noting it.
That was option C, and I was like, man, even that didn't work.
No.
But I had an awful one, a really awkward white, kind of moment.
Goofy, doofus-looking thing.
Kirk Carruthers last week, and we both started laughing. It was just so terrible because we traded
ran into
the
each
high
other
five
at the CP, and then
it was terrible. I mean, it was really embarrassing.
I've got in front of me, just for giggles, because it's, I don't know, June the 21st, and I can't talk about Winston for 3 hours and don't want to, nor am I going to just dive into the NBA draft at great length. By the way, the NBA draft, not all that watchable. I watch drafts, I'll tune in here and there. I used to love the suits, used to love when it was over the top time.
Yeah.
And I wish there was more of that going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted pimp canes. I want the whole damn thing, baby. I hit you with my pimp cane. I wanted all of that.
Come here, Silver.
Yeah. But everybody's kind of dialed it back. No, the more outrageous, the better.
I'm not sure what you just said. I really wasn't listening. But tonight, coming up at 7 p.m. right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio, coverage of the NBA draft live right here on these airwaves.
Where, without question, DeAndre Ayton will go number 1 to the Suns. They have no choice. You can't be an idiot. Let's go. Phoenix, what are you going to do? Draft somebody other than Ayton? No way in hell. You're going Ayton, and you should. He's a beast. A beast. Remember when I came in here after watching Arizona play and I said to you, have you seen Ayton play? And you said, no, I haven't watched him yet. I haven't seen Arizona. I go, go watch that dude.
Yes, yeah.
You just don't have to outthink the room here. That guy is a freak.
You've done that with a couple of people in the last few years. One was Ayton in basketball. The other one was Rosen when Rosen was a freshman at UCLA. You really liked Josh Rosen at that point.
Yeah, I watched a full game with him his freshman year, and I went, well, he's got that thing, man. He can really, really, really sling it. And everything about what he seemed to be at that time, warts and all, as a true freshman, I thought, he's the guy. Now, the problem with Rosen as it played out was he was injury prone. When you go back and look at his highlights, part of the problem is he's willing, and I admire this trait in quarterbacks, but if you're not a real big guy, it can become a problem. He's willing to hold on to the ball a beat longer in order to make the big throw. DeAndre Francois does that, and I admire it greatly because it means that you're willing to sacrifice yourself for the greater good of the team, and you trust your arm strength, and you trust that, this is going to develop, but I'm going to wear an ass kicking here in order to make this throw. And if you do that too often, it does. It leads to just shots where you can't get down and protect yourself. You got exposed rib cage. You get blown up. And he had that happen a lot because he trusts that arm so much. And it's a good arm. And pinpoint accurate, anticipatory, all those things, really is a pro-style dream quarterback. But he does hold it too long, and he does get hurt. And so I'm going to see if he can make that transition in the league, but just in terms of pure spinning it, well, he was the guy in this draft.
Yes, he was.
He just was. What he didn't have were some of the other things that the other quarterbacks had, but I'll always take the guy that can really spin it, and we'll go from there. If you show me a guy that can read a defense and really spin it, all right, well, we'll work on the other stuff. he doesn't have Baker Mayfield's mobility. He probably doesn't have Baker Mayfield's moxie or whatever else it is that you want to apply to him and that would help make up for a lack of stature or make up for the fact that he doesn't have as good an arm as Josh Rosen. He doesn't have a bad arm, but he doesn't have as good as arm.
Yeah.
And these teams have to take into these intangibles, but I'm telling you, when you do that, everybody's got a strength and a weakness. Everybody does. I got it. But let's start with, can you sling it?
Baker Mayfield went number 1 overall.
But I'm telling you,
happened.
I would not have selected him number 1 overall, and we laughed aloud when it happened because, of course, Cleveland. But here's the thing. Tom, Cleveland wasn't alone in their assessment of Baker Mayfield. Man, there are a lot of people that really believe that the film says Baker Mayfield can make all of the throws, and then he has all these other intangibles, if you will. He didn't have – see, when I ripped Manziel when he was in college, he's shorter than Baker Mayfield, didn't have as good as arm as Baker Mayfield.
Playing 500.
Right.
He wasn't throwing – yeah.
Right. And their offense didn't translate at all. Now, Oklahoma's is also not a pro-style offense. I got it. I thought it was fascinating the number of people invested in that line of work, if you will, assessing, evaluating players at that position for the draft, right? There's 7,000 websites that do that, some a lot better than others. Some people are better at it than others. But how many scouts in the NFL and how many people came back saying, film tells us it's Baker Mayfield? We'll see. I'm either going to be really wrong on that, and they're going to be really right, or we're going to go, well, you know what? Our eyes told us the truth.
It's just unbelievable that they valued him so high that they had to get him at 1 and not risk losing him and go get whoever's the best available at 4. Because that means that he is significantly at the top of their list.
Yeah, in their eyes, he was significantly better than the other quarterbacks.
Must have been the he.
Well, according to our guy, it's exactly that. He.
I kind of feel like he's a Pied Piper of Oklahoma football. You know, the workout, I will share this with you. When we walked into the building, he made this sound. He just kind of came out of nowhere. He kind of went, hee. And all the players in the building started going, hee. I mean, and here they go. I mean, it's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. That shows you something about what he means to young men and how he leads them.
No, it doesn't at all. But, okay. Good luck with that.
Yee!
Tom, I'm telling you, he walked in the room and he made a sound. And it was unbelievable. It showed you what he means to people. Or not at all.
What was the sound?
Yee!
Oh, well.
In that case, that's a great sound. It really is a great sound.
Top 3 at least.
Can you imagine? That's your coach. Good luck with that, Cleveland.
Oh, no.
Good God. Well, I think Cleveland's got to be better. Could not be. They didn't win a game last year. But that over-under is what, 5.5?
Yeah, it's quite respectful.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, the over-under last year was 4.5, and they went under.
I think they're going to be good this year, though. Because it's not
good? You think they're going to be good?
Well, excuse me. By their standards and against that number, I think they could win 6 games. Yes. Tyrod's going to be their quarterback this year.
He's not very good, man. I don't know where all this
he's average to slightly above average.
He's a league average quarterback. No.
Well, that's way better than what they had, and the receiving core has Gordon and Landry. Their tailback contingent's pretty good. Yeah.
I'll take under 6. Did you say 6?
5.5. So, yeah, I'll say – no, 5.5. So, yes, 6. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the under there.
Oh, all right. We got ourselves a wager.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the under there because
could Cleveland be the ultimate quest for 8-8 team? The ultimate one?
You're going to go that route?
I'm thinking about it. We'll see how the injuries shake out.
8 wins in Cleveland?
Times they are changing in that division.
Well, I'll take the under and keep on keeping on with Cleveland. They may very well win 5 games, Tom, and that would be an immense improvement over their 0-win campaign a year ago. Oh, by the way, they won 1 game the year before that, so the old 1-32 is a toughie. 1-31, sorry.
1-31,
yeah. 1-31 is a toughie.
Yee!
Yeah, maybe the yee will pave the way for an 8-8 season after winning 1 game in 2
times.
Yeah,
that's every win.
My goodness gracious. What I'm staring at, and this is where I started, was every week to week big game of the season, best game of the season, week to week. Of course, I went straight to week 9 and Clemson at Florida State. But Oklahoma at TCU, week 8, by the way.
Ooh, okay. So week 8 is
that's a big week. You want to go with ours?
All right, week 9 is 10/27, so that's the 20th of October. Okay.
All right.
I'm just getting my bearings in the calendar.
Well, on the 20th of October, we're playing Wake Forest. Well, we could just do it this week. We'll start week 1.
All right.
And, if you got to go week 0, if you will, the only other all-FBS game in the mini-week is Hawaii at Colorado State. So the one you would look at is Wyoming at New Mexico State. That's best you got in week 0.
Okay.
If you will. Week 1, this is easy. Washington and Auburn in Atlanta.
That's cool.
That's a really good game, right? Week 2, Clemson at Texas A&M, right? We're going to concede that's the one.
Sounds good.
Really excited about it. Week 3, you can either go with USC at Texas. You decide. I'm going to give you the choices. Ready?
All right.
Week 3, Southern Cal at Texas.
Okay.
Ohio State at TCU.
Okay.
Well, hey, what are we doing here? LSU at Auburn.
Well, it's not the third one. It's Ohio State TCU.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Week 4 is a little shaky. Little shaky week. Best I could come up with is FAU UCF.
Really? That's it? We have week 4.
Well.
Ooh, UNI.
But I would tell you this. Florida, Tennessee is on that week.
There you go. I'll be watching that.
Stanford, Oregon.
That's a big game.
Stanford, Oregon?
Stanford, Oregon is
intriguing.
Yeah.
Actually, the one that we're going to watch in this area, if you were arguing about it nationally, you'd look a different route. But if you're going to argue this area, you'd throw in Texas A&M, Alabama.
Yes. Oh, okay. So there's a couple of good SEC games that day.
Yeah.
Or interesting ones.
Interesting ones, anyhow. Yeah. Week 5, Ohio State and Penn State. That's the same week, by the way, that Florida's at Mississippi State and also Stanford's at Notre Dame. Ohio State at Penn State. That's a big one.
Whoa, yeah. That's for the balance of power, yes.
No doubt what's going on in week 6, Florida State, Miami. Number
Biggie.
1 on the list. That's a great one.
That'll get some ratings.
That week, by the way, Tom, Notre Dame at Virginia Tech, Nebraska at Wisconsin, Washington at UCLA, Texas and OU. That's a week right there, baby.
Woo, that might be
Get
the
it
Park
on.
Your Ass Saturday.
That is a Park Your Ass Saturday indeed.
Yes.
Week 7, Washington at Oregon or Georgia at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Auburn, Tennessee as well, right?
Maybe add those 2 teams out.
Well, that was the week I was looking around to find,
okay.
Travel.
Why don't we go to Michigan State at Penn State?
Is it easy to get to Happy Valley?
No. Wisconsin at Michigan. That's another good one. I actually rather like Michigan State at Penn State more. Week 8, Oklahoma at TCU. Okay. Ohio State at Purdue. Let's go, Boilermakers. I just threw that one in there. Southern Cal at Utah. Actually, that's
a 10 o'clock kick, yeah.
I'll watch that. Yeah. Michigan at Michigan State.
Yeah.
Always. Week 9, I already told you, Clemson at Florida State. But also that week is Texas, Oklahoma State, South Florida at Houston, and Oregon at Arizona, if the Pac-12's your cup of tea. Week 10, Alabama at LSU. Doesn't do it for me anymore.
No,
LSU's always so severely outmatched.
That's not 2010.
But Penn State at Michigan. Ooh.
Man, well, tell me that division and tell me that conference is going to be interesting. I hope it is. Like these results and the rankings.
Scott Frost at Nebraska. Let's hope that is an immediate turnaround and you see something in that division.
I just hope Michigan is good because that makes that race between Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State. That is really interesting. One of the best divisions in football if Michigan is good.
If they are, those big ifs. Oklahoma State at Oklahoma that weekend. West Virginia and Texas. The final score of that game 60-55. And there you go.
That one might be oddly defensive.
Sneaky good. Really?
Yeah.
I don't trust either one of those teams to stop anybody, but okay.
Do they have over-under futures on that one yet?
I'll check. I'm sure. Yeah, you're going to go under, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Auburn at Georgia's week 11. Good game right there. Yeah. Wisconsin, Penn State's that week. It's a great game. And FSU, Notre Dame.
Well, yeah. We get lucky, though, that Auburn, Georgia are cross rivals because right now, I mean, that's
good stuff.
Heavy-hitting stuff.
By the way, man, every time I see us as an also pick, that's also a good choice if you're going week to week. I'm reminded of how damn difficult our schedule is because every time you look up, you're like, well, you got FSU Miami that week. Oh, you got FSU Clemson that week. Oh, you got FSU Notre Dame that week. Oh, you're like, damn, man, these are difficult.
Right, which is why the BC game this year it's hidden in our schedule, but it is going to be in the middle of a whole lot of emotions and traveling.
You know what I like? I love that week 11 is the Notre Dame game because it's going to be November. We're going to be there, and it's going to be chilly. Let's get it on.
Oh, yeah.
what unis would you break out for the Notre Dame game? I think we should bring him back to the past, haunt them with the all-whites when we drop that 37-0 on that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, same uniforms, come charging down those same ones.
So the old ones.
Yeah, the all-whites.
But, I mean, you have to go get the old versions, the old threads.
I don't know if they have them, but, yeah, I mean, just the all-whites.
Well, there was a kid on Twitter, recruit, who tweeted out a photo of himself in the all-whites with the garnet helmet, and I must say.
He loved it.
I must say.
But it wasn't the garnet helmet with the stupid black in the back, was it?
I don't think we have an all-garnet helmet.
We got to get rid of the one with the black in the back.
There really is a need to talk to Willie for 5 minutes, just a 5-minute availability.
I'll talk to Willie.
Where it's solely about uniforms. That's it. Uniform combinations and what leeway they have. I would like
Willie and I. Okay, so let's make this happen, Florida State. Everybody involved here. Maybe I'll do this locally and we'll run it nationally as well. Willie, you and I, let's sit down together and talk some uniform combinations, brother. I am ready to get it on. Let's go. I've got ideas for days. I know you do too. Let's talk about uniform combinations right here on the Jeff Cameron Show, and we'll run it on College Sports Saturday from 9 to noon on SiriusXM, on ESPNU as well. It will be us talking about uniform combinations and the importance of those uniform combinations in the eyes of recruits.
Buddy, I would request to be on, I'll do it for free, to be on College Sports Saturday that week just to talk uniforms with you so we could talk, because you know what's going to happen. If you have that clip from Florida State, everybody's going to talk about their uniforms, and then we can have a discussion about each school's best look.
Oddly enough, it would be the most highly rated 3-hour show in history.
Would.
People give a damn about uniforms. They do, passionately so.
And that's a perfect Saturday morning topic, too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I might use it this Saturday when I'm on 9 to noon on ESPNU Radio, Sirius XM. West Virginia, Oklahoma State, first to 100. I'm kind of not kidding. That's week 12, by the way.
Well, does Oklahoma State have a quarterback this year? I'm a little worried for the Pokes.
Their system's their system.
It's another great play by the Cowboys.
Touchdown Cowboys. Miami at Virginia Tech for the right to get beaten by Clemson the following week.
Ooh, okay.
Or a few weeks later. Week 13, rivalry week. You have to watch everything. We already know that. That's Auburn, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, etc. But week 14 is Alabama, Georgia, probably.
Probably so. Yeah.
Can we mix that in? And then finally, at the end of the day, if we continue to get snow games between Army and Navy, we should watch it on a loop every day in the offseason because that was incredible.
Okay. Is this the year?
We should have gone last year. It was a freaking blizzard. The kid lined up that field goal.
Right.
That was incredible.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I'm going to watch that game tonight. That was amazing.
Is this the year? I mean, someday.
Yeah, I gotta punch the ticket.
We're going to be dead, and we never did it.
We'll be lying on our deathbeds. I never saw Army Navy. Damn it! I told Tom we would.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, Tom.
Well,
yeah. Go without me, brother.
Okay.
Just grab some snow while you're there and think of me. I don't know why I'm suddenly Bill Clinton, but yeah, that would be. There you go. We'll do it. Army Navy. I got to reach out. That coach that I liked got fired.
Yep. Mm-hmm. This is like your Masters plight all over again.
Well, but I went to the Masters this year, even talked to Jack. But what I'll say is we had a deal, and the Army doesn't go back on these things, right? Army's coach invited me to the Army-Navy game, and then they canned his ass. Did they can him? I think they did.
You said that they did.
Well, maybe I'm wrong on that.
You said that previously.
Employed. He's no longer employed as the golf coach.
They need to order the code red carpet for you.
I got to find out the deal there. I was supposed to have a sideline pass. You talk about prestige.
Oh, my.
I know. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry.
It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
TNT.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
If you register by June 24th, it's the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boating Center Red Trout Shootout on June 30th.
Commercial lawnmowers don't have odometers, but if they did, you might be surprised to see you could be mowing thousands of miles a year. That's why Gravely zero-turn mowers are built for the long haul. So when you're mowing the equivalent of Miami through Kentucky bluegrass country, all the way to Seattle, and back again every year, you can count on your Gravely zero-turn mower to get the job done, mile after mile. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Over 150 new zero turns in stock. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view inventory and pricing. In Thomasville, Georgia.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to give you special savings on the toughest tractors and utility vehicles on earth during the Mahindra Red Tag Sale. Hurry in for up to $7,900 in cash back and Red Tag savings. Only from Mahindra.
Up to $7,900 in cash back savings. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view selection.
Offer with approved credit. See dealer for details. Program restrictions may apply.
In Thomasville, Georgia.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Did you know that nearly every American sports team has at least one chiropractor on staff? They know that taking care of the spine and extremities is directly related to performance, and that's what we do at my office every day. I'm Dr. Rob with HealthSource Chiropractic, and it's my passion to restore health and optimize the lives of my patient family members. We use evidence-based methods with high-tech, simple science techniques to provide measurable results in the shortest time possible so you can get back to doing what you love. Don't just take my word for it. Read any of our over 100 5-star reviews. Call HealthSource today, 877-8980.
Grainger stands for safety, and they know what safety stands for. S, safety. A, all about safety. F, feeling good about safety. E, extreme safety. T, talking about safety. Y, you guessed it, safety. First aid kits, eye wash stations, fire protection. You name it. For over 90 years, they've been helping to keep facilities safe and people safer. When it comes to safety, Grainger's got your BACK. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for a new place to watch your favorite sporting events? Hobbit American Grill with 3 locations to choose from. Just show them your stub. That's right, your ticket stub from any local sporting event for $1 pints and $3 crafts. BOGO Mondays every Monday with 50% off specials. Like or follow on Facebook to get all the details. PS4 tourneys, trivia, karaoke, darts, and more. Lots of daily lunch specials under $8. Happy hour specials daily and happy hour all day on Friday. The Hobbit American Grill.
You're listening to The Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
But not really knowing. If you guys haven't had a chance to swing by the 7th Hill Tap Room recently, you're missing out. I suggest you go do so. Just a cool bar, Appalachian Parkway underneath Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
Well, they're opening at 11 a.m. for all the World Cup matches as the tournament rages on. So if you're looking for a place at lunchtime to catch all the international action, they're embracing it. They love being a soccer bar.
They love the international action. So I should tell you that
you love all the action, domestic and international.
There you go. Love it. I didn't know they were making a Creed 2. I didn't see Creed 1. Everybody tells me I missed out.
It's good. Real good movie. Obviously, it has some cheesy parts in it, but it's a lot closer to the Rocky roots than it is, the Rocky 3 or Rocky 4 superhero movie style of
the
blockbuster.
original Rocky was on not long ago again, and I watched it, and then I was trying to go to bed, and the second Rocky came on, which is also awesome, and I ended up watching 4 freaking hours of Rocky because you can't do it. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's freaking Rocky.
It's so good.
Those are well acted, well written, everything about those first two.
Yeah.
I even strangely have a deep passion for Rocky 3. I like it.
3's fine. I like 4.
4 is the beginning of Jumping the Shark. It's the 4 he's out in Russia holding logs above his head in the snow.
That's right.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But Rocky,
he's running up the side of a mountain.
No, Rocky 3, Clubber Lang is tough, man.
Oh,
It's solid. T's good.
Man, his montage too. They got the saxophone blaring as he's working out.
And he was ripped.
Yeah. Well, they all were.
No, but I mean, geez. Mr. T wasn't having
And then
back
they
in
gave
those days.
well, and you could say that was the beginning of the end, though. 3, if you're just talking about from cinema to
the fight
blockbuster.
scenes are really over the top.
They're
man.
over the top, yeah, and like all of his punches have whoosh sound effects.
They are missing by 10 yards too. By the way,
Oh,
they
yeah,
don't even get them close. At least in the first two, they look kind of close. To that third one, you're like, they're not even in the same ballpark as his head.
But when he's throwing haymakers, they have a whoosh sound that
yeah. Well, and the strategy is so they basically steal from the rope-a-dope and Muhammad Ali, but obviously you go back and watch that fight, and Muhammad Ali did indeed engage with George Foreman in the rope-a-dope, but he didn't get punched in the face 47 times in a row. It's ridiculous, I mean, a lot of those are body punches. He's clutching. He's doing a lot of things to wear him out, but he's not getting punched in the face, I can assure you of that, because when 200-plus pound men who know how to throw a punch hit you in the face repeatedly, you get knocked the hell out.
Not Rocky.
Not Rocky. No.
He had that Italian chin.
No. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the first one is more about the human spirit. I mean, he's poor. He doesn't have a lot of options in life. It's her drunk ass brother is ridiculous, and the whole situation.
That movie's real.
It's
now.
dark. That's real. Yeah, they're on the docks.
Creed has some elements of being real, and obviously it's a modern day story from a different slum, if you would. But it looks like Creed 2 will be interesting. But the one criticism I had about Creed 1 is it's good, it's entertaining, it's riveting in all its own ways, and it has a couple of montage type things. You're like, all right, homage to Rocky, and it's a little cheesy. But it saves the real emotional moment. Like the payoff is at the very, very end. And
it's really good?
It's really good, but you wish there might have been a little bit more perhaps in the middle, because then you'd be rooting harder at the end than you were. I was like, all right, this is good. This movie's solid. And then he says this one line at the end. You go, oh, God, it's all I got to do not to weep in this movie theater right now. All I have in me. And then, the movie's over.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look
at it.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Man,
So
should I watch that tonight instead of the NBA draft?
Creed? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
The
There's a lot of options that you could. And Creed, yes.
I'm behind. I'm terribly behind on this stuff. I just, kids, I love my kids. They came into my life, and that was the end of movies. For a big chunk, it was kind of the end of movies.
Yeah, I can't imagine. What would your date night be, though? Did you ever, in the beginning, did the in-laws come over, or did somebody come over? What would you guys do? Just go to dinner, or?
Well, we'd go have sex in the car. That's a joke.
Well, all jokes come from a string of a strand of reality.
No,
we called the car Space Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. No, let's see. What would we do? Well, we were boring. We'd go to dinner, and no, we didn't go to movies because we. Let's go to dinner, hun. Yeah, no, we'd go to dinner
at the club.
Known as the car. No, I think anymore. Once you have kids, you're looking. Your time away is just that moment where neither of you want to talk much. It's just sort of.
Oh, so
we're going to enjoy this silence.
Okay.
It's so infrequent, and you share the silence together. Like there's a shared silence that can be joyous. Really, seriously, where you just sit across from each other like there's nobody yelling at us, asking us for stuff.
So that would be at dinner?
Probably dinner.
Did you go sit in the car and just turn on music and sit there?
We would. We used to go when these places existed. This is the kind of fun and games we have here with the Cameron household. We would go to the bookstore. We used to love the bookstore. We'd spend a lot of time drinking coffee and hanging out in the bookstore.
Well, the car's on the way to the bookstore.
You get the evening started with a bang, and then you roll to the bookstore, buddy. Yeah,
boy, that is
there it is.
Top 5 most surprised I've ever been by a response you've given. That was stunning.
Well, I just thought I'd get you off guard there.
Ooh.
I thought I'd catch you off guard there. That was just people know we're kidding around here, having some fun. There's the awkward pause. Well, I don't want to launch into some sort of bit here. I've got something I want to talk about that is it's shenanigans. It's fun, but I'll save it, I guess, for the next segment. But yeah, there's a couple of. We'll be all right. No, but everybody knows I was joking. They could hear that. The guy that doesn't is like, "Good God, Cameron!
Wow,
what are we doing
in
here?
the driveway?"
And then we'd rock in the door. Like, I'll give myself some credit. 20 minutes later, we'd knock on the door.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys. We're back.
Give yourself some credit indeed.
It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boy.
We got this. It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Hey, this is Wendell Parker of Parker Brothers Roofing. Most startup companies go out of business within their first 3 years. It takes years of experience for a roofing company to be exposed to and learn all the things that can go wrong. Don't gamble your valuable home to an inexperienced roofer. Parker Brothers has been in business in the community since 1995. Give us a call now at 656-8112.
Parker Brothers Roofing, professional every time. Stay safe and dry inside.
TGC 042221, CCC 049350.
The Elite Soccer Academy is for serious soccer players. This intense camp brings some of the best talent from across the nation and even internationally to Tallahassee, all looking for the edge to improve their game. The mission of this academy is simple: provide every player with an unforgettable soccer experience that takes them to a new playing level. Registration is now open for boys and girls age 11 through 18. Camps are open to any and all entrants and are only limited by age, grade, number, or gender as listed in the camp description. To register, go to SeminolesSoccerCamps.com. That's SeminolesSoccerCamps.com.
There's a place in downtown Tallahassee where Sunday brunch means friends and family relaxing under the outdoor pergola, savoring the first moments of summer. Andrews is the place where the original Sunday brunch buffet kicks off at 10:30 a.m. with unlimited bacon, carving stations, make your own omelets, eggs Benedict, and did we mention bacon? It's Sunday brunch time, Tallahassee, and the place is downtown at Andrews, Adams Street, downtown. Better than ever.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Phoenix Suns hold the top pick in tonight's NBA draft in Brooklyn. Right now, the Kings have the second pick, followed by the Hawks, Grizzlies, and the Mavericks. It would be the first top 5 pick for Dallas since taking Jason Kidd's second overall back in 1994. Among the top prospects this time around, Texas center Mohamed Bamba, ESPN draft analyst Mike Schmitz.
He's going to have to improve his motor, continue to play with more toughness. But in terms of having a 7'10 wingspan, being a guy who protects the rim, has an incredible rebounding radius, his ability to switch on the perimeter as well, and he's added that 3-ball working with Drew Hanlon out in L.A., done a great job with his pre-draft process. To me, he's the most intriguing prospect in this draft.
Mike Schmitz on Golick and Wingo. The Heat and Raptors are the two teams right now without a pick tonight. Our coverage of the draft starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. At the World Cup, in Group C, France advances to the knockout stage with a 1-0 win over Peru. Denmark and Australia finished in a 1-1 tie. Brazil forward Neymar will start against Costa Rica tomorrow, even though he still won't be at 100%. Neymar had to leave training earlier this week with an ankle injury. Prior to that, he was out for about 3 months this year with a right foot injury. And according to documents from the University of Connecticut, former basketball coach Kevin Ollie violated several NCAA rules, leading to his firing with cause and voiding the $10 million left on his contract.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Friend of the program, Bomani Jones, tweeted something yesterday that I actually thought was fun and an interesting thought exercise. He asked the question, what human being do you hate the most in spite of the fact that you don't know that person and all they've really ever done is exist? Now, his choice was David Lee Roth. No matter who you say, you know, obviously David Lee Roth has huge fans, and I'm sure they came after him. And then there are plenty of people who are like, yes, perfect, good call. But it did cause me to think. I thought there are probably a lot of people like that over the years. Usually, especially when you're young, the answer to that question is always the guy that does the most amount of damage to your favorite team in any sport. Just by virtue of them playing the game for somebody else. Well, you hate their ass. And they didn't do anything wrong. They just existed.
Yeah, as we found out, Larry Jones is an upstanding human being, has been his whole life.
So I wonder, who is it that who's a guy that you've just not liked that falls under this umbrella of just the fact that they've just existed?
All right, using the word hate all in good fun, which is, I think, what Bomani Jones is doing here.
Yeah.
Alonzo Mourning. I can't. No, that is a legitimate answer.
No reason, just hated him.
Well, I mean, there was the Heat-Knicks rivalry thing, but he played for the Hornets for a good period of time during that era.
Yeah.
And there's something about the way he carries himself on the basketball court. And
that bothered you?
Yes.
But you'll admit it's just silliness.
Oh, it makes no sense. No, former show contributor Chris used to call me out on it all the time. It became a joke because I didn't have a good answer. He said, why do you hate him? Like, I don't know. He just seems like an a-hole.
And then he probably,
said, Tom, look at all the philanthropy here. And it's like all of the great things he's done for the community. I said, nope, he's a bad guy. He's just a bad person. And that was the joke.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
I think in the entertainment world that exists everywhere. I mean, I'm that person for a lot of people. I've met that person over the years and then had them say to my face, it's always a very interesting and weird sort of thing, is they hear you in their radio and you give your opinions in the way that you give your opinions. And they can like that or they can agree and disagree, whatever it is, but they don't really know you at all. They don't know you. They know the way you talk. And they know they disagree with you about something.
Yeah.
But they don't really know you. But it's weird. I have come across countless Florida fans or Miami fans that are like, man, I thought I'd hate you, but, you know, now that I've met you, you're all right. I like you. Okay. All right. Like, they're disappointed.
Right. Yeah.
We separate as we're walking away. It was nice talking to you. I'm always thinking to myself, That guy's actually mad that in his mind I was too nice in the
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. You can go back to hating me if you want. I don't know. That's weird. But there are people like that I feel that way about from a distance. I don't know them, and I know I don't know them. And as somebody who's in this business and gets confronted by that weird sort of thing, that phenomena, I shouldn't do that. But I do it. I do it all the time.
I've got 10 more that I can think of in the entertainment industry, like comedians or whatever.
Yeah.
Chris Kattan. I don't know why I never liked him.
100% with you.
Yeah.
No, can't stand him.
Right.
And
right.
for no reason. I have
To some extent for similar reasons, but I like his work. So this is a very difficult Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller, it's like
But he strikes me as an a-hole. He's really good at what he does,
right.
but he strikes me as an a-hole.
Yeah, he
like
does.
Personally,
right.
But who knows?
Like
Maybe
the
he's not
jokes
at all.
about the self-aggrandizing thing.
Yeah.
I think there's truth to that, which is why I think it's kind of weird.
But he's funny often.
Right.
Often. Like you go, damn it.
White Goodman is a hilarious character in Dodgeball.
There's a lot of hilarious characters that he's been a part of.
Right. The nurse or whatever whatever you call him in Happy Gilmore.
The model. I mean, everything.
Check out the name tag.
I mean, he's been great in a
right.
lot of things.
Zoolander is
He's
funny.
Awesome in that. Yeah. No, he's
White Goodman when he chucks the waitress across the table for no reason. That is, yeah.
But yet you think, I bet personally I wouldn't like you.
Right.
And perhaps we're dead wrong about that. That's what we're conceding. You know, I mean,
Amy Poehler and Will Arnett, don't like either of them. Like the parts they play in the ice skating movie.
You feel like that?
I feel like that is forced, unfunny crap. And I'm just like, man,
but you take it on
boy,
them.
they keep on getting jobs for being forced and unfunny.
Well, I think for years I was that way with some of the older comedians because comedy doesn't, as we've noted numerous times, always translate well over the years. It's a byproduct of the era and the collective think at the time, right? So something that's very funny in 1977 oftentimes is not even remotely funny now because the context totally removed.
Right. Well,
yeah.
and the context clue of Amy Poehler, for example, is that she has to be smart because her running buddy is Tina Fey, who's brilliant.
Yeah.
So there has to be genius in there. It's just I can't stand her. And Will Arnett, too. Arrested Development is a home run. And his Batman character for Lego he's a good voice actor.
He's perfect for that.
But then anytime he's in a movie, I'm like, God, they just really are trying to put square peg in a round hole here. This is terrible.
And then if you listen to his interview, he was actually great on
it's like he's aware that it's, he's like, I've sold out. I get it.
Yeah. His interview on WTF was great. He basically admitted
Which makes him better than Ben Stiller because I think Ben Stiller believes in,
I feel bad because I really couldn't think of the answer that I thought, that is because I can usually think of the reason. Now, if you want to attack that it's irrational, my reason is irrational.
Sure.
If you want to say it's a leap in logic or something, I can do that. I can say, there was really never a reason that I should truly hate such and such. And then I would tell you, well, the reason is this, but it's not a good reason. I have a lot of those. I don't think there's just a random because they exist.
Oh, well, that's a little different.
That's a tough deal.
Usually so that's just the look of them. So, like, by the look of somebody, you don't like them?
That happens every day. Like at the gas station, like, this guy, look at this guy. No, but I'm laughing at myself in that situation. I don't actually dislike them.
Well, I can tell you that even before the most recent transgression and or the national anthem thing, just the sight of Roseanne as a kid, I was like, God, what an annoying voice to go along with what seems to be a miserable personality.
Who isn't funny.
Right, is not funny at all.
Like,
what is this?
No,
why is she on the television?
No,
before anything, outside of anything.
That'd be like Fran Drescher, but you could just cite her voice.
I like The Nanny, though. That show was funny.
Good Lord.
Mr. Sheffield.
No.
So you got nobody?
Not really.
You're just a better person, sir.
No, I'm not. It doesn't fit the category. My problem is I've been thinking about this for a day. When I was a kid, I hated Boomer Esiason. And I still kind of hate Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, well, he's given a lot of reasons, right?
But see, that's my point.
And yet he does good and, he works his ass off.
Maybe the answer is Boomer Esiason. Because I kind of hate Boomer Esiason.
Berman, man. The answer is Berman.
Yeah, but see, again, I don't feel like these fall under the category because I can cite things that Berman does that specifically piss me off. That just ridiculous way in which he broadcasts.
But he's not doing any harm to you.
No, he's not. He's not. No, and by all accounts, maybe he's a good guy. I've read some things that say he's a pretty good guy. I've
Go
also
smoke
read-
a cigarette
Yeah,
together, huh?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess that would fall in the category. So probably Berman or Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason has just always I've always been like, oh. And Joe Theismann. What is it about 80s
Joe
quarterbacks?
Theismann, huh?
Joe Theismann has always bothered me. Perhaps it's because his name was Thiesman when he was in college, and he changed it to Theismann when he became a pro.
there it is. That's not a perhaps.
But
that was stated so strongly that
Well,
that
it's
is
ridiculous.
the genesis.
That's not your name, man. Don't do that.
That's like Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
He changes names at least twice to 3
That,
times.
so if you're Thiesman in college and then you become a big shot in the NFL and you change it to Theismann, come on, man. No, man. And and that wig, just.
I think for me, the general thing when you get outside of sports and into the entertainment world, it's people who try too hard. I don't like people who try too hard.
But I don't know
that
if
it comes across that they're trying
you
too
feel
hard.
like they're
I
really-
mean, everybody tries hard, but
Yeah.
it comes across, you're like, good God, they're really working for this 10 laugh
Well,
little thing they're doing.
that's also why I thought What's His Face had no chance. Saturday Night Live, Always Laughing, has the late night talk show now. The biggest one.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew.
I can't deal with Fallon.
Yeah, like the hey
Oh,
kind of, yeah.
tries
Mike Myers has a lot of that in him too.
But
But
Myers
he's very
is-
successful, and Austin Powers is hilarious.
Yes, and he's great at that. He's great at that character. That's it.
Right.
That's it. That's
well,
all.
yeah, because the fat bastard character that he already made a movie with that character
Yeah.
and had several sketches. If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Right.
It's like, so you're just going to use the same old joke and import it.
I would
and
if
it
I made
works.
$100 million.
Well, of course.
But
you
yeah,
know.
but that's right. He did. So I Married an Axe Murderer is funny though. That's a great
is a
movie.
really
It's a
good
really
movie.
good movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because every time I want to say that, I go, yeah, he falls in that category. But he was really good in that.
Billy Crystal too.
Well,
He tries very hard.
he's also a great writer.
But it's a lot of the same shtick. It's like
Well, they have personas and they are
Right.
a character. I mean, he's a New York Jew, and I mean that as he
Right.
would call himself that. That's not a derogatory
No.
or pejorative descriptor. That's the character. That's
Correct.
what he's writing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing.
I'm not
it
saying that's inappropriate. No, that's 100%.
That's
but
but that's the character.
That's the shtick.
Yeah, that's the shtick.
Just look at the movie with Robin Wright and Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah.
He was the healer in that movie.
But that's the character, right?
What the hell is that movie called?
Why'd you do that?
That is The Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
For freaking.
We're getting old. It's scary. If you hadn't said it, I would have named it.
Right.
I would have just
it's
come
the
out
Princess
with it.
freaking Bride.
Of course,
man.
it's an all-timer. I own it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's great. Ridiculous. It seems to me that everybody we're citing they've all accomplished a lot and been in good things.
And it's not about the accomplishments.
Right.
It's just about the, oh, man, you are.
Well, I think what that is again, the right setting, they're perfect. But if they get out of that, all you see is that, the shtick, the thing. And you
Right.
go, this is not right. You can't be in that. You
Yeah.
gotta go back
and
over here.
You feel like you're, in a room when somebody's bombing, which is uncomfortable. And you're like, oof. So it makes you feel uncomfortable, and then you're just kind of done with it.
But I actually admire the people.
Well, sure. There's layers to this. It's not, I
Very
don't think
layered,
that Bomani's
yeah.
saying that this is a very simple blanket thing. I'm sure that there's got to be something he admires David Lee Roth for in order to have his name come up in the first place.
Well, he likes Van Halen. So his problem is that he really likes Van Halen, but David Lee Roth is an annoying person. And that's true, I think.
How about the front man of Green Day? That freaking guy.
Yeah.
That guy's, man. Terrible.
He bothers you because of the fake British accent?
He bothers me because of a lot of his messages. I mean, that dude's a hypocrite all the way.
Oh, we have never really explored this.
I don't know. I don't remember his name anymore.
Billy Joe Armstrong. But I didn't know why.
Have the time of your life, pal.
It's a good song. But I don't really care. Yeah.
No.
It didn't bother me when it came out. I don't mind it at all. No, I mean, I don't like it anymore because they played it to death. But when the first time I heard it, it didn't bother me. I thought that's a change for him.
Yeah, well, he's trying to scoop up some bucks. That's what that song was for.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I'm gonna create a graduation anthem. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, they're complete sellouts.
Yes.
That's not arguable. I'm there
Right.
with you
Well,
there.
okay, so the whole American Idiot movement, right?
Right.
Yeah, but you're a sellout, so.
Yeah, but that's not. Well,
But you're the one who's shoveling crap for people to buy, and you're gonna say you don't want to be an idiot, right? But that's your consumer. So
well, this is
now
what
you're just crapping on your consumer.
Yeah, but this is what we do. This is what we do with bands. Music geeks like me and music snobs like me we love to have this greater conversation because you can be great and then try to make some money, and as soon as you do, we go, oh, no, okay, that's how you're going to be.
No, but then you can't call out the people that have bought your stuff that are largely from...
specifically calling out a certain person.
That wasn't about a specific person. That was about people who... That was about a specific sector of the country.
Well, rednecks to some degree.
But a lot of people are buying your stuff that you're yelling at right now.
I think that's true of almost any artist that bothers to. You got me defending Green Day.
Yep.
What do we do? I'm not trying to. What I'm saying is that's anybody who has a worldview or takes a stance. They're calling out segments of their audience at that point.
Well, I think we live, and this is dangerous, so I'll keep it brief, but I think the general tenor of discussion right now about, what side you're on about every freaking
everything
issue
has to be that.
is fundamentally different than it was in 2000 and 2001 when Green Day was doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
There was more nuance allowed before social media. I think that's fair.
Without question. And it's really
And
troubling.
they were doing the generalizing thing for the quick dollar.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. I think you can go all the way back to the very first record as being a sellout. I think you can do. I mean, first of all, they co-opted an entire genre of music and played to the exact.
But I feel like the reason that they crafted this message was not for a genuine political purpose.
Oh, you don't think it was?
I
so
believe it was.
You think he did it to make money?
Yes.
No. I think the melody was to make money. I never thought that he said what he said because he didn't believe it but knew he could cash in on it.
I think he knew he could cash in on it.
Well, you may be right. Final hour, forthcoming. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this. It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Smoother, bolder, sharper, comfier, smarter, fiercer, tougher, stronger, longer, greater, prouder. Gravely Zero-Turn Mowers.
Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
Commercial lawnmowers don't have odometers, but if they did, you might be surprised to see you could be mowing thousands of miles a year. That's why Gravely Zero-Turn Mowers are built for the long haul. So when you're mowing the equivalent of Miami through Kentucky bluegrass country, all the way to Seattle, and back again every year, you can count on your Gravely Zero-Turn Mower to get the job done, mile after mile. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Over 150 new Zero Turns in stock. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view inventory and pricing. In Thomasville, Georgia.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to give you special savings on the toughest tractors and utility vehicles on earth during the Mahindra Red Tag Sale. Hurry in for up to $7,900 in cash back and red tag savings. Only from Mahindra.
Up to $7,900 in cash back savings. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view selection.
Offer with approved credit. See dealer for details. Program restrictions may apply.
In Thomasville, Georgia.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card by mail. Protect your engine from sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
I'm Michael Blank, attorney with the Law Office of Jose Fernandez. If you've been in an accident, I know this can be a scary and confusing time. Our firm specializes in handling all types of accident and injury cases. Let us guide you through the process and get you the compensation you deserve. Call 855-HOSE-305 to make an appointment for your free consultation today. If you can't come to us, we can come to you, day or night. Call us now, 855-HOSE-305, the Law Office of Jose Fernandez. We don't get paid unless you do. Offices, Tallahassee, Miami. Se habla español. JRFinjury.com.
You know what? It's time you level up your lemon lime with new, clear, refreshing Mountain Dew Ice. Why settle for this when you could have this? You want a fist bump that ends in one of those fake explosions?
Hey, Charles.
Or a fist bump that ends in an actual explosion?
Hey, Charles.
Want to pull up to the party on this? Or arrive in this? Make this musical request? Or this one? So yeah, you can keep drinking the same old, but we think you'll like the exploding fist bump, showing up to the party properly way to lemon lime, right? Mountain Dew Ice. Clear, refreshing lemon lime, redefined.
Grainger stands for safety, and they know what safety stands for. S, safety. A, all about safety. F, feeling good about safety. E, extreme safety. T, talking about safety. Y, you guessed it, safety. First aid kits, eye wash stations, fire protection, you name it. For over 90 years, they've been helping to keep facilities safe and people safer. When it comes to safety, Grainger's got your BACK. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Phoenix Suns hold the top pick in tonight's NBA draft in Brooklyn. Right now, the Kings have the second pick, followed by the Hawks, Grizzlies, and the Mavericks. It would be the first top 5 pick for Dallas since taking Jason Kidd's second overall back in 1994. Among the top prospects this time around, Texas center Mohamed Bamba, ESPN draft analyst Mike Schmitz.
He's going to have to improve his motor, continue to play with more toughness. But in terms of having a 7'10 wingspan, being a guy who protects the rim, has an incredible rebounding radius, his ability to switch on the perimeter as well, and he's added that 3-ball working with Drew Hanlon out in L.A., done a great job with his pre-draft process. To me, he's the most intriguing prospect in this draft.
Mike Schmitz on Golick and Wingo. The Heat and Raptors are the two teams right now without a pick tonight. Our coverage of the draft starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. At the World Cup, in Group C, France advances to the knockout stage with a 1-0 win over Peru. Denmark and Australia finished in a 1-1 tie. Brazil forward Neymar will start against Costa Rica tomorrow, even though he still won't be at 100%. Neymar had to leave training earlier this week with an ankle injury. Prior to that, he was out for about 3 months this year with a right foot injury. And according to documents from the University of Connecticut, former basketball coach Kevin Ollie violated several NCAA rules, leading to his firing with cause and voiding the $10 million left on his contract.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show, at least for today. Thanks for tuning to it. Hope all is well out there. Hope you're doing all right on this. Is it Thursday? Did we get to Thursday already?
Yeah, we're on Thursday.
Whoa, what happened here? Your host lost track of the days.
If you ever see me dart to my right to look at things, it's for two reasons. The year.
And the time.
I always want to know what year it is. I don't know why I forget that. and the day.
I don't feel so bad about forgetting what day it was. You're not sure about the year.
Well, when I talk about seasons, in relation to now, so I'll say the 2017 or 16, I got to make sure what year I'm in so I can reference it.
Online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you get to listen live via the streaming free always. Don't miss anything. If you do get caught up, listen carefully. You can go back to each segment and hear exactly what I said and what I didn't say. You can email the show if you like, JCS at 979ESPNradio.com. Find me on Twitter at JCameron Show. WTSM app good for your mobile devices. If you want to watch us perform the program and in its entirety, go to YouTube and type in ESPN Tallahassee and you'll find us there. Hello, YouTubers. Did you see the All-American list is out, man? You know, when I was talking yesterday on the show about Florida State and the prospects of this season and what would be a reasonable expectation and how surprised I've been as the publications that prognosticate are trickling out one by one. We're in that time of year. Used to be the system that was in place that I loved so much and do dearly miss. Really can't perform and do the system as we once did. Just not enough magazine racks out there, literally.
Not enough of them.
Not enough. You know, I had to go pick up a prescription the other day, and I went by the CVS, don't mind saying that, but I was unhappy about having to go there because, well, of course.
Well, it's 1 and 2, so, if you give them love, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So I went in there, and I thought, this is going to suck because I know it's not going to be ready, and it wasn't even for me, but I needed to pick it up, and so I go in there, and, of course, it wasn't ready, which now I'm at a CVS. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
What are we doing here?
Now I know why you got that over there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there I was, frustrated as I could be, and I just thought, all right, well, I'll go over to the magazine rack. Always enjoyed that as a kid. Always enjoyed that in college. Always enjoyed that post-college. Enjoyed going over to the magazine rack, and I thought, it's that time of year. I'll find the Athlon. I'll find the Sporting News. I'll find all of them, and I'll mini system this bad boy while I wait on my prescription, right? That's what I'll do. Nothing. They had nothing. They got a little rack, 4 magazines, all for women about stupid stuff. Shirts, things to wear in the summer, meals to cook.
What you can do in 12 minutes
exactly,
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what's on those shelves. I was mortified. They had nothing else, not even good music magazines, nothing. And I just stared at the magazine rack, frustrated. I thought there was a better day. There were magazines all over the joint.
So you
huge racks
to tell me that
yeah,
I know. At some point, I was waiting for that to be there. It's an alley-oop joke.
Sure.
That the bookstore. You're telling me that the bookstore up the road here doesn't have college football preview magazines?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I have not gone in there recently. I will maybe today on the way home to find out.
But I have to.
You would think.
At least by July. I mean, that's usually when
a lot of them are already coming out. Athlon released their 2018 All-American preseason team this week. And I was perusing through the 2018 All-American team. They have first team, second team. They got Will Grier as the first team All-American. You think Florida fans sit around thinking, God, dog it. Why did we have to have this dumbass run him out of here?
If they believe that they have an upgraded head coach, then no, they're happy. It was something to justify the means. Because if Grier was still there, then they would have McElwain as their coach. And Sharks would still be in danger.
Yeah, I guess so. I think you're probably right. But, yeah, they got Will Grier. They got Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, fine running back. Bryce Love from Stanford, who's a Heisman favorite, obviously, along with Jonathan Taylor, I might add. And then they go through just your typical guys. I'm not going to go through the offensive linemen, but the first team, features, of course it does, offensive lineman from Clemson, a center from Alabama, an offensive lineman from Alabama, a defensive lineman from Clemson, another defensive lineman from Clemson, another defensive lineman from Clemson. And I was like, oh, my God. And I'll go through this list, and I go through every player on it on the first team, and there ain't an O, not a one. Go to second team, you see Tua at quarterback. You see A.J. Dillon from Boston College at running back. You see Devin Singletary at FAU. And I'm stunned. I am not.
FAU?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Lane.
I mean, you look at DeAndre Swift at Georgia, who's a stud, and you look at all these guys, and I go through all the players, right? And I'm looking at that offensive line, and I'm seeing the usual suspects, and I'm looking at the defensive line. And again, I see the usual suspects. I look at linebacker. I'm not expecting to see any of our guys there. Unfortunately, Devin Bush, a legacy at Michigan, is there, of course, who should be right here.
Yeah, well,
I know.
Dad got hired, so.
What are you going to do?
Yep.
But you go through that list, and this isn't the be-all, end-all, and they are just lists, but that's what you look at in the offseason. And as I did, nobody on the second team from Florida State. Third team, all right. Well, Khalil Tate's the quarterback there. Superstar if you've watched any Arizona, and I have because I gamble. So, therefore, I need to know what he's going to do.
Yeah, you had mentioned that back half of last season that they had found their guy.
They do have their guy, and he's a baller. You got to watch him. He's good.
Stay up for some late-night Saturday football, huh?
Yeah, he's a player for real. And, of course, Damian Harris is on this list, and from Alabama, the running back, I think I'd have had him higher or whatever. But you go through there, J.K. Dobbins, Ohio State, all these guys, right? So I'm going through, I'm looking at wide receivers, kid from Buffalo, Anthony Johnson. Buffalo. Okay. Going back through here, more Alabama, more Clemson, Dexter Lawrence and the like, Third team, Dexter Lawrence. Jesus. I mean, it's just.
Third team.
Mm-hmm. They have the other two from Clemson are ahead of him.
Oh, well. Yeah.
It's just a matter of depth chart, right? And go through all these guys. Guess what? Guess what I don't see? Anybody from Florida State. Not first team, not second team, not third team. We're getting to fourth team. Trace McSorley, who's been at Penn State for 10 years. There he is, playing quarterback, of course. And then I went through, and then finally, Cam Akers is on the fourth team, and it's as an all-purpose player. That's what they list him as. You won't find another Noel until you get to Levante Taylor, fourth team safety.
Really? So DeMarcus Christmas didn't make it?
No.
Okay. Well, that's their mistake.
Yeah, but they've got Austin Bryant from Clemson on there. I can tell you that, of course.
Well, they all can't play, so.
So it's just. Take it for what it is. We hadn't talked about it yet, but it did kind of, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but it's a trailing effect, too, and a hype effect. They don't expect us to be a contender for the playoff this year, and we barely made a bowl last year. So that makes total sense. And you know what? I believe it, and we talked about this earlier in the week. What is the difference between Jimbo and Taggart in terms of talent? This roster and developing talent as a coaching staff. Do we have the talent to develop, or do we not have talent, and that's why we began to fail under Jimbo because we weren't earmarking the right players? So where are we now? I think we have enough talent.
I do too.
And that you don't have a bell cow, so to speak, especially on defense where it was Derwin James last year. McFadden was another one of those. Even Matthew Thomas got some run. That you don't have that guy, it might be better for the first year.
Well, you got a lot of hungry guys looking to make a name. You got a lot of people trying to make an impact that didn't a year ago. You got a lot of talent that wasn't always properly utilized. Sure.
Right, and you have a coach, at least when he's talking to the public early on in Harlan Barnett, who says that we want to play aggressive. So this is nice. You have chips on shoulders to meet an aggressive style of defense.
Motivational.
Right, I think that fits quite nicely.
And I'll just say this, kind of wrapping up that segment, but I can't say it enough. I think Cam Akers is going to go crazy this year.
It's my dog right
there.
there.
Nobody is. He's that kind of talent. This system, he's going to go nuts. It's Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this. It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Local 349. You may ask, what is Bumpa's Local 349? It was named after my grandfather. Bumpa. It's what we called him. Best man I ever knew. And the Local 349 was his union. And I try to bring this local flavor, this local flair of Tallahassee. I want to bring it to you, locally owned and operated. Warm, good food.
Good Lord, man, we're getting all weepy up in here. It's a cool sports pub. It's got TVs everywhere. You got every package. You got a gazillion kinds of beers and delicious food and a deck. We don't need to weep up in here. Come on, Eddie.
And we have 16 local Florida taps. Great craft beer just for you. And the best bologna sandwich you'll ever eat. It's like you just won the lotto. As Bumpa said, no matter how you cut it, it's still bologna.
Bumpa's Local 349, 2738 Capitol Circle Northeast.
Come out to Hooters in Tallahassee and watch countries from all around the globe battle it out for the title of world champion in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. What better way to watch one of the biggest sporting events of the year than with all the things you love located right in one place? Wings, cold beer, Hooters girls, and big screen TVs from wall to wall. So stop by, cheer on your favorite team, and watch the FIFA World Cup unfold at Hooters in Tallahassee, 2000 North Monroe Street, Tallahassee, Florida. Remember, no great story started over breadsticks.
Results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. With one call to WALL, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. Our average client settles for about 10% of what is owed. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Call 800-727-0433. That's 800-727-0433.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card by mail. Protect your engine from sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tallahassee loves the corner pocket as much as a crystal ball winning catch.
He's looking, he lost it to the end zone. It's Benjamin! Touchdown! With 13 seconds left!
The 97.9 ESPN radio special is a must-have every Monday and Wednesday at the corner pocket. 10 mouth-watering wings, a fresh side of fries, and a chilled domestic pint of beer are just $9.79 all day long. Be sure and try the fish blend of sauces, a true wing eater's favorite. The Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
He's gone!
Home of Trivia Tuesday, Beer Bingo Thursday, and the daily $7.99 lunch special.
Bob Sullivan founded Bob's Auto and Collision Center with the goal of providing honest repair estimates, fair pricing, and fast service. 35 years later, he's done just that and has made Bob's Auto #1 with FSU students and Tallahassee. His daughters, Misty and Melissa, have now taken the wheel and are still providing the best car care and collision service in town. Coming soon, Bob's Auto and Collision Center is moving to Lake Bradford Road. Stay tuned for details.
You're locked in with the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Those of you that have been on the fence, get off the fence. Here we go. Get yourself a comfortable pillow. Do so now. Go to mypillow.com. I promise you, love it. You'll love it. I sleep on it every night. So does my wife. I've run into people on the street these days who say they took my advice and got the MyPillow as they'd be wise to do, and they thank me for it. That's a good thing. And, listen, here's the deal. It's really risk-free, and that's why I don't mind talking about it, because I know not everybody's sleep experience is the same. I'm just telling you about mine. Mine's been good, and so therefore I don't mind sharing that information with you. But if yours isn't, you'll be able to return it. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you're really risking nothing. Just go to mypillow.com. See what I'm talking about here. Click on the 2-pack special. I'll save you some money. Click on the 2-pack special. Enter the promo code 979ESPN. You'll get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for one very low price, plus free shipping. Free! Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special. Make sure you enter the promo code 979-ESPN, or you can call 800-944-6596. That's 800-944-6596, and you'll want to use the promo code 979-ESPN. It's good stuff. 10-year warranty, machine washable and dryable, made right here in the United States. Comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you try it, don't like it, send it back. So you're good. But you won't send it back. I promise you. You'll like it. It's good stuff. MyPillow.com. All right, here you go. You don't see this every day, but I wish you did because it's fun. A woman suffered facial injuries. That's not fun. But it is funny when the Philly Fanatic is responsible firing a hot dog into her face with a cannon. Yeah!
Firing a what?
A dog. A hot dog. Oh! Yeah, she suffered facial injuries when the Philly Fanatic, which came charging out from the outfield on this hot dog machine, which is awesome, like they're about to do battle, and just started firing dogs into the stand. Or stands, I should say, in her section.
Dogs, right?
Not dongs.
Right, dogs.
She didn't get hit in the face with the dongs. It was a hot dog. Oh! That's right. At Citizens Bank Ballpark. That would have been something if it had been the latter. Next thing you know, he shot in our direction, she said, and bam, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh! My glasses went flying, said Kathy McVeigh of Plymouth. McVeigh said she went to the hospital, had to undergo a CAT scan, make sure she wasn't suffering from a concussion. Hot dogs, Tom.
These are some high-powered hot dogs.
I have a hematoma in my eye, said McVeigh. Mostly it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going all down the side of my face. Oh! This story. I'm reading from the story. You cannot get mad at me, people. This is
not just screwing, Mitch.
This is just wrong. The Phillies reached out to McVeigh to apologize, and the Fanatic feels just terrible about what happened. Although, I don't know how you even explain that. But McVeigh understands, quote, the ridiculous nature of her injury, and she is taking it in stride. Quote, when I tell my brothers, they just laugh at me. It's funny. It's a story I can tell people. My only thing is you got to warn other people to be careful because you'd think you might get hit by a baseball, but not a hot dog in the face.
Not just screwing, Mitch.
She's okay and is not threatening to sue, which is nice. There is a picture of her you can find out there. She is indeed beat up. That dog did some damage.
It did. She's got a black eye,
She's got
man.
a black eye, and it's all down her cheek. She took a shot.
Now, from what I heard, the Le Batard show claimed she had a busted shoulder, so she could not get her arm up to defend herself. So she kind of saw it coming, and she
couldn't do anything about it.
So here comes this hot dog.
Oh, the humanity. I can't do anything with it. I just got to wear this. Bam!
Oh, God, there's a hot dog coming at me. It's going to hit me in the eye. Oh, no.
You can duck. Hurt shoulder and all, you can duck.
I don't know. Maybe she was leaning back in the chair in a fixed position.
You can swerve left or right? You can turn sideways and twist around here. Hey, I saw another story when I was reading that story that interested me. It was that, and I didn't click on it because I think it's one of those ones where it's one of these sponsored stories. So I never know how true those are. They're just things that they...
But it said sponsored link above it?
Yeah. I never know what they are. But I do think it's fascinating. A woman used a stolen identity, and they have video footage of this, to buy a Porsche, Tom Lang. That's doing some things right there. I'll roll on here. That's the audacity.
That is some determination.
That's brazen. I'm going to walk in here and just buy a Porsche on the card.
Nothing stops this train.
That's right.
Nothing.
Goodness gracious. I'm getting that Porsche. Cayenne like the pepper. Nicely done. That lady just took that hot dog to the face.
Peppers.
It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this. It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
$2.99 and receive a free M18 blower or M18 fuel hedge trimmer. Purchase an M18 fuel 2-tool combo kit and receive a free M18 fuel sawzall. Check store for other promotions. Cornerstone Tool and Fastener, the largest Milwaukee selection in the area. 1110 Stuckey Ave and 3269 Crawfordville Highway. Tallahassee location open Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon.
Summer is here. Wait, are we ready?
Get up to 60% off select styles across the store at JCPenney. Better go now.
The kids will be at summer camp.
Get select Arizona shorts starting at $7.99 for kids, guys, and juniors. The whole team.
And they're taking swimming lessons.
JCPenney home towels for just $4.99. So splashy.
Can't wait.
Enjoy summer in style at JCPenney. Hurry in. It's your chance to save big. JCPenney. Style and value for all. Exclusions apply. See store jcp.com for details.
Commercial lawnmowers don't have odometers, but if they did, you might be surprised to see you could be mowing thousands of miles a year. That's why Gravely zero-turn mowers are built for the long haul. So when you're mowing the equivalent of Miami through Kentucky bluegrass country, all the way to Seattle, and back again every year, you can count on your Gravely zero-turn mower to get the job done, mile after mile. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Over 150 new zero turns in stock. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view inventory and pricing. In Thomasville, Georgia.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to give you special savings on the toughest tractors and utility vehicles on earth during the Mahindra Red Tag Sale. Hurry in for up to $7,900 in cash back and Red Tag savings. Only from Mahindra.
Up to $7,900 in cash back savings. Visit TNTSupercenter.com to view selection.
Offer with approved credit. See dealer for details. Program restrictions may apply.
In Thomasville, Georgia.
This Day in Sports brought to you by Superlube. Superlube, 19 Tallahassee area locations. Quick, convenient, no appointment necessary.
This Day in Sports History. June 21st, 1997. The New York Liberty defeat the Los Angeles Sparks 67-57 in the inaugural game of the Women's National Basketball Association. Both teams shot terribly from the field, and the overall play was sloppy at best. 14,284 fans were in attendance at the Great Western Forum in LA, which was the largest crowd ever to see a women's game.
For better gas mileage and a longer-lasting engine, change your vehicle's oil at Superlube every 3 months or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. For good times and family fun, Tallahassee heads to the Fun Station. And right now, when you change your oil at Superlube, you'll get a $15 Fun Station gift card. You don't need an appointment. You'll be in and out in no time. And with 19 Tallahassee area Superlubes, there's probably one right around the corner right now.
How I love to Superlube my car. Yes, sir.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Phoenix Suns hold the top pick in tonight's NBA draft in Brooklyn. Right now, the Kings have the second pick, followed by the Hawks, Grizzlies, and the Mavericks. It would be the first top 5 pick for Dallas since taking Jason Kidd's second overall back in 1994. Among the top prospects this time around, Texas center Mohamed Bamba, ESPN draft analyst Mike Schmitz.
He's going to have to improve his motor, continue to play with more toughness. But in terms of having a 7'10" wingspan, being a guy who protects the rim, has an incredible rebounding radius, his ability to switch on the perimeter as well, and he's added that 3-ball working with Drew Hanlon out in LA. Done a great job with his pre-draft process. To me, he's the most intriguing prospect in this draft.
Mike Schmitz on Golic and Wingo. The Heat and Raptors are the two teams right now without a pick tonight. Our coverage of the draft starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. At the World Cup, in Group C, France advances to the knockout stage with a 1-0 win over Peru. Denmark and Australia finished in a 1-1 tie. Brazil forward Neymar will start against Costa Rica tomorrow, even though he still won't be at 100%. Neymar had to leave training earlier this week with an ankle injury. Prior to that, he was out for about 3 months this year with a right foot injury. And according to documents from the University of Connecticut, former basketball coach Kevin Ollie violated several NCAA rules, leading to his firing with cause and voiding the $10 million left on his contract.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Park the damn car, Meadow. Park the car. Why is Journey playing, you ask? Lest you forget, it's NBA Draft Night. My brother Matt Millar joins us every year at this time, and he is perhaps Journey's biggest fan. Hello, brother. How are you?
Hey, buddy. Doing well. I always like the Journey intro. Good to go back old school. I went back and actually watched the final scene from Sopranos, which I think it's been like 10 or 11 years since Tony was dead. Anyway, without a shadow of a doubt, that guy in Members Only jacket killed him. It's over. It's the only way it can be. I went back and watched it.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't get up from the booth and shoot him first. He suspected him. He's looking right at him, but maybe his family being there, and they're trying to show you that if you live that life, there's the air of paranoia at all times, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, then he went to the bathroom, and then the next thing you know, Meadow can't park a car, and yeah.
Lights out.
He's dead. He's dead.
So James Gandolfini's only been dead for a couple, 5 years?
Yeah, the 5th anniversary just passed either today or yesterday.
Gandolfini's death is 5 years ago?
I'll double check that. But yeah.
Sweet Jesus. I thought it was like a month ago.
I was going to say, that was January.
Yeah, that was not 5 years ago. That's tragic. But you're saying the character's death, Soprano, that's 11 years ago now? Is that right?
Yeah, 10 or 11, yep. Just the anniversary was a few weeks ago.
All right.
June 19th, 2013. So 5 years and a couple of days.
God almighty, it's been 5 years since Gandolfini collapsed over there. Wasn't he in Spain or Italy? I think he was at a restaurant. That was awful. Anyhow.
Speaking of Spain and Italy.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that perfect. Your chops are still in place there, Millar.
Yeah, still got it, baby.
Still got the chops. All right, for those that don't remember, Matt and I go through the mock draft, and we only really don't care about the other players that are American. We only care about the international players, and for that reason we try, or he does, to guess country of origin, and I attempt to pronounce their name, and together we have a blast. I'm going to come out the gates swinging, Millar. I've got 12 names for you, international prospects for the NBA draft. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I understand there's like a 13-year-old that's in the draft. I don't know where he's from. I didn't cheat or anything, but I found it weird that a 13-year-old is coming to play NBA basketball.
He's not. I don't think you can. I don't think you legally can. But I guess he could get drafted. But no, he's not coming to play. But I know this. The first name. It's kind of a trickery. I'm gonna shake you right off the bat here. Okay, you ready? You locked it up? You good to go?
I'm locked in.
Our first international prospect is named Mark Garcia. Mark Garcia.
I'm going to guess he's not from Nevada. So,
he's not.
I mean, we'll keep it basic out the gate. I'll say France. He's from France. So.
No. Spain.
Oh.
Garcia.
Spain, no.
Spain, come on.
Well,
no.
I mean, I was expecting trickery right off the bat.
Mark Garcia. The trickery was in the name Mark. But
that's why I said Nevada.
Mark, you outthought the room, Millar. You outthought the room.
Yeah.
Mark Garcia.
Sure Marky, yeah.
Right.
Sergio, I
should have got it together. You ready?
All right.
Here we go.
0 for 1. All right, gonna get one.
Alexander Lajic. Alexander Lajic.
Oh, very
could also
Russian
be
area.
Yeah, could also be Lazik. Alexander Lazik. Could be. I don't know.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to go... See, the first one was the last name. I'm going to go with the first name this time, and I'm going to say he's from Germany, Jeff.
Bosnia. He's from
God.
Bosnia, sir. We are 0 for 2. Come on.
Come on.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I don't think you're going to get this one. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I'll guarantee it. Beer's on me if you get it right, but you're not going to. Alexa Ilic. Alexa Ilic.
Alexa. Wow. Okay. Beer's on you since he is from...
He's got a 7'3" wingspan, if that helps.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can he knock down the three off the dribble?
Well, he's a catch and shoot kind of guy.
Okay. He's from Serbia, Jeff. Serbia.
Nice try. Montenegro. He's from Montenegro. That I knew you had no chance.
That's unfair.
Yeah.
Come on.
Have we ever had a player enter in from Montenegro? Have we had that?
I don't believe we have. No.
I don't think so either. All right, here we go. Cyril Alazir Venoa.
I'll need that one again.
All right. Cyril Alazir Venoa.
I'm gonna double dip with the first one. I'm going back to France. He's French. Yes.
Yes. All right. We got one.
Yes. It's a successful year if I get one.
I think probably my correct pronunciation of Alazir is what did it. I really.
Perhaps, yeah. That it did help. I did ask for it twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
After the Mark Garcia, that was nerve-wracking. I am so glad he's off the schneid.
We got one here. This one should be impossible.
Okay, super.
This is high on the list of impossible. Our next prospect is 7'1", 265 pounds. Good defensive instincts, despite his inexperience at a high level of basketball. Mobility could be a problem. Take that into consideration as I give you the name. Rigby Hansen. Rigby Hansen.
Wow.
It's a toughie. Again, mobility could be a problem.
Can you give me the name one more time? I'm on to something.
All right. I'm not purposely pronouncing the T that starts the name because I don't think it's pronounced. I could be completely wrong. So in actuality, his name could be Trygve Hansen. But I think it's Rigby Hansen.
It sounds maybe kind of... I'm going to go way out on a limb here.
Okay.
He's from Iceland.
Boom!
Oh, yes. Oh, sick. Oh, yes.
Yeah! It's the greatest get you've ever had. Are you looking it up? Are you looking it up?
No, I swear to God, I am not. I am not. It was the... See, when I heard you pronounce the name, I thought back to Iceland in the World Cup, and they had names that ended in I and kind of had I-sounding names. And I was
yeah. Okay.
So,
hey. All right. Thunderclap to you, sir.
I still got my smarts.
Nicely done. All right,
all right, I got two. Man, success.
We could have an all-time record, folks. Isaac Bonga. Isaac Bonga. That's tough.
He's from... Well, somebody's always from Latvia. We'll go with Latvia. He's from Latvia.
Germany.
Oh,
he's from Germany.
I'm going to go to Germany.
All right. Concentrate. Here we go. Could be the best pure shooter in the draft. A flawless, effortless three-point stroke for Arnoldas Kulboka. Arnoldas Kulboka. Filling it up from three.
Arnoldas. I'm torn, but let's stay in the area. He's from Belgium.
Lithuania. Lithuanian.
God.
Good try. We're just dancing around it here. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here's a guy, despite being 6'10", can attack you off the bounce. Rodions Kurucs. Rodions Kurucs. Rodion. Go get it, Rodion.
He's from Romania, Jeff.
Latvia.
Oh, man, you got me on that one.
Again with that.
I just went to Latvia. Oh.
Isuf Sanan.
He's from...
Isuf Sanan.
I don't want to profile or anything, but let's go back to Spain. He's from Spain.
The Ukraine.
No.
He is from the Ukraine, and he is a wild...
He's probably visited Spain.
Yeah, probably. I would guess so. A wild score-first combo guard.
Oh, yeah. Combo guards are always from there, yeah.
Zanan Musa. An aggressive scoring wing. Zanan Musa.
We haven't gone here yet, so...
Okay, come on with it. Let's go.
He's from Greece.
Bosnia.
Oh!
2 from Bosnia. Damn, man.
Man, Bosnia and Latvia. That's where they're always from. I should just say that with everyone.
We're down to the final 2. Perhaps the top 2 international prospects in this draft. Eli Okubo. Sharp-shooting lefty point guard, Millar.
One more time.
Eli Okubo.
He's going to be from... Wow.
He can finish in the paint.
Oh.
Despite only being 6'3".
In the paint. He's from Ukraine.
France.
Oh, France again. Golly.
Now, you probably know this next guy because you've heard him talked about a lot. He may go top 5 in tonight's draft.
Is this the 13-year-old?
No.
Yeah. All right.
He's 6'8", 228 pounds. And he's a shooting guard. His name is Luka Doncic.
Wow.
Somebody will take this guy in the top 5 tonight. Luka Doncic.
Well, when he is taken in the top 5,
they're going to say what?
The people
hailing from?
The people of Serbia will be very happy.
Slovenia.
Oh, man.
Oh, so close. Very, very proud of you, Millar. What was it, 2? Did you get 2 or 3?
We got 2.
2. All right.
That's a good year.
Your record's 3, I think.
Including the Iceland one. That counts.
By the
for
way,
2.
the Iceland one, if it had been the only one, would have counted for 2 anyhow. That was a get unlike any other.
That's an all-timer, I do have to say.
We could
I'll
chalk
pat myself
that up
on the back for that one.
Well, and we could chalk that up to you sitting down to watch the World Cup. There you go.
It wasn't on purpose, don't get me wrong.
But you saw some, and you saw the thunderclap, and you recognized the first names ending in I, and then the Hansen, and you thought, yeah, he's Icelandic.
A little deductive reasoning.
Well done. Proud of you, sir. Thanks as always. Good job on the 2.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll see you next year.
All right, brother. Bye.
All right, brother.
That's Matt Millar. Tryggvi Hansen. I think my pronunciations were better this year. I think maybe I gave him just too much of a good thing by really emphasizing the correct pronunciation of these words.
Yeah, except for that last Frenchman. That was pretty tough.
But I helped him with the Cyril Elisler Venera.
Well, it was the pentameter. Yes, that sounded French.
Yeah, that's what got it. So the other Frenchman, well, but he didn't have a French name. I couldn't make it sound French. It was shocking that it was French. Eli Okubo? Would that have helped you?
It would have been easier than Okobo. It was like, well, I'm thinking a different continent at that point.
I actually thought Africa, too. I thought Okubo. Yeah.
I'm thinking,
it sounds dominant. It sounds,
He's the next guy that Leonard got.
Yeah, but it's not. It's Eli Okubo. Perhaps that's how they say it. I don't know.
Eli
Okubo. Come back, wrap it up. Jeff Cameron, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this. It's right here, guys. We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Drafts, house wines, and spirits from 4 to 8 weekdays and all day on the weekends. It's happy hour on the Patio Time, Tallahassee, and the place is downtown at Andrews, Adams Street downtown. Better than ever.
Time to check out our buddy Joe over at Truck and Car Concepts. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on with you guys?
Well, here's the deal. I heard that you were gone all day as you were out tinting a house.
Yes, sir. His customer was having a big heat problem on the west side of the house in the afternoon. We went over, did the estimate, decided to do the east side of the house as well. Let me tell you something. We knocked out 79% of the heat energy, which is going to totally knock down the electricity bill. Not only that, but she had some really nice paintings that were fading out in the living room. 99% ultraviolet ray illumination.
So it would fade out like carpets and drapes and furniture and stuff?
Not only that, but it also fades out those expensive hardwood floors. So window filming the house is nothing but a plus. Like I said, it comes and it takes down the heat energy, and that's, bottom line.
So even though the place is called Truck and Car Concepts, you could throw house in there too.
We can do houses, planes, trains, or automobiles, man. If it's got glass, we tint it. Truck and Car Concepts. 656-8800. Give us a call.
You know what? It's time you level up your lemon lime with new, clear, refreshing Mountain Dew Ice. Why settle for this when you could have this? You want a fist bump that ends in one of those fake explosions?
Hey, Charles.
Or a fist bump that ends in an actual explosion?
Hey, Charles.
Want to pull up to the party on this? Or arrive in this? Make this musical request? Or this one? So yeah, you can keep drinking the same old, but we think you'll like the exploding fist bump, showing up to the party properly way to lemon lime, right? Mountain Dew Ice. Clear, refreshing lemon lime, redefined.
Tallahassee loves the corner pocket as much as a crystal ball winning catch.
He's looking, he lost it to the end zone. It's Benjamin! Touchdown! With 13 seconds left!
The 97.9 ESPN radio special is a must-have every Monday and Wednesday at the corner pocket. 10 mouth-watering wings, a fresh side of fries, and a chilled domestic pint of beer are just $9.79 all day long. Be sure and try the fish blend of sauces, a true wing eater's favorite. The Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
He's gone!
Home of Trivia Tuesday, Beer Bingo Thursday, and the daily $7.99 lunch special.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
For those of us north of the equator, longest day of the year, summer solstice. Gonna go celebrate tonight, Tom? Gonna be out till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, sun still out?
I don't know how you would celebrate that. Just stand outside?
No, it's daylight. You can do whatever you want. You can see late into the night. Now, if you're south of the equator, it's the shortest day of the year for you. So that's the way that works. And if you live on the equator, it's the same boring-ass day. So there you go, walking around
I don't know. I may be in bed by then. These last 2 nights, I've been asleep by 9:45.
Bright light coming at you, buddy. Well into the evening. I got a friend who's currently in Alaska doing some work, and she took a picture of her surroundings last night and posted it on Instagram, and it was 11:55 p.m., and it looks like it does right now here. And I thought, no. I would not do well with that. That would get old.
And although this is kind of just a stereotype, it does remind me that Insomnia is a wonderful movie.
Yeah, it's a dark movie, and Robin Williams is great in it, and Al Pacino's great in it, and that's it's fun, but it's stressful to watch because of all of the moments and scenes where he is just so exhausted looking, and he's putting up the the cellophane. He's trying to
over the windows.
Yeah, not the cellophane.
Whatever
it was,
drapes.
Yeah, he's covering everything.
Makeshift drapes.
Yeah, and aluminum foil. That's what he was using. He was using aluminum foil.
Do you know that Robin Williams came from a lot of money? Like a lot of money. I did not realize
you're
this.
reading that book now.
I did, yeah. Did. No. But
you're in the midst of reading.
I'm in the midst of reading, and it's all about his background and his family. I mean,
they had money, yeah.
A lot. His dad worked for Ford Motor Company for years and years.
I knew that. I just didn't know that they were rich.
Well, his dad was an interesting story. He served in World War II on an aircraft carrier, and it was dive bombed by a kamikaze. And
this is going to sound so strange. That's like my greatest fear. Whenever I watch any special about the war and they do anything at all with the Navy, I think, I can't decide. Would I want to be on an aircraft carrier or a battleship out in the middle of the ocean? And the answer is usually a resounding no, but I'm always doing it in a way of comparison of being on the front lines on the ground. Well, your poor grunts are getting laid to waste, right? Whereas you're out in the middle of the ocean, but the problem is if somebody gets you, you're out in the middle of the ocean.
Right.
And that ain't cool.
Well, okay, so rank it this way. You're on the ground, front lines, or on a ship, or in a submarine.
Oh, I'm not going to be in the submarine.
Or in a plane. So there you go.
Yeah, nope, no submarine ever. Probably going to be in a plane. I think I'm going to do the plane if I'm flying. I got those skills. I'm in a fighter jet.
Yeah, but with the flak cannons, that was no joke.
No, listen, none of it sounds ideal. But what I'm saying, is, if you're going to give me those choices, I'm probably taking the plane. Probably ship second.
Mm-hmm.
Submarine last. I'm not going in the submarine.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. No, that's if
take your chances on the front line. I'm not. It depends on the theater though, too, doesn't it?
It does. But I'm telling you, the submarine, man. No, you're in a casket.
Well,
no.
Would you rather be island hopping or on a submarine? Island hopping in the Pacific. I don't know. You might want to be in a submarine at that point.
I can't get in a submarine. I'm not doing it. I'm not going in the submarine. I'm not saying it's safer. I'm not saying it's not. It's more safe. It is more safe, I think, than island hopping. I agree with you.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is I can't do that, man. I'd get claustrophobic and lose it. They've got people on top of each other. They're sardines. No way, no how. And if you hate one of those jokers, you're stuck next to them all the damn time. Oh, it would suck.
Like flying coach across the world.
It'd just be awful. And not just that, man. Something catches fire. That's your ass. This is just not good, man. No, I'm not. Not me. Let me have some open air. I'll die in the grass. I'll take it. Now, that said, if we're talking about common ways to pass in war,
yeah,
the submarine's the worst. Water rushing in. Yeah, we're going to drown.
Right. Do we have a pistol available?
Yes. This is not good. I'll take the flare gun and put it in my mouth. This is not good. Ooh. I mean, we're done here. All right, so that one's terrible. That's number one. Number two, I think that ship getting sunk in the middle of the ocean and you just floating like the USS Indianapolis.
Right.
No, sir.
So
nope, not good there. Nope.
So Robin's dad, Rob, he was a lieutenant commander, I think it was, and the pilot crashed in to where there was a bay of airplanes and was able to detonate once, upon the crash, and he got in the way of the ship's captain and blocked him and took shrapnel in his body.
I'm not doing that.
And then was discharged. He wanted to go back to serve, but he was discharged to Washington. But from there, he went from Washington, bounced around to the Midwest, and Robin moved around a bunch as a kid.
Right.
But they had these sprawling mansions that they lived in. And that's to say nothing of the wealth that his mom had come from, too. So he was alone a lot into his own thoughts and into his own mind.
Yeah, I've
and
read
that was
that. Yeah.
the genesis of where he came from. Yeah.
not stepping in front of a captain. He's a captain. I mean, that captain's got to go.
Oh, I mean, who knows? He could have been running out of the way, and the captain was just, you know.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I don't think he took the time when a kamikaze hit to go, oh, must jump in front of the captain and wear the shrapnel. That ain't happening. If he did, that's nuts.
That's as the story goes.
Yeah, I'm not jumping in front of any captain. They're dead. We're moving on, Big Ripper. Sorry, wrong place, wrong time. I don't know it to my captain. Funny that later on, oh, captain, my captain. But no.
Well, what he would do once he lived in this one place, it was in Michigan, he had in the third room attic, which was like his own domain, he had all of these toy soldiers from different eras of time.
I used to love the toy soldiers.
And even dating into his high school years, he was able to tell friends if they came over the names of every one of them and their stories. Ooh. Like he assigned them all character types, stories, and they could be Civil War versus World War II.
Good
versus
Lord.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's not that much different. You think about using your imagination because you didn't have the internet and you didn't have things like that. As a kid, I'll just say this before we get to probables. Literally, my parents are not surprised that I'm a broadcaster because I was in the backyard all the time doing play-by-play. So I did play-by-play of games that I made up for myself, where I'd throw the ball up in the air, catch it, throw it to the plate from the outfield. Cameron charges to play at the plate.
Yeah.
And I'd have to throw over this little box that I had made for home plate. There was a fence behind it. And I came up with these crazy scenarios. Most of them had to do with the bottom of the ninth World Series, all that stuff. But even when me and my brother would play, he and I would be in the backyard playing wiffle ball, and I would announce everything about that game. And I was always the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And we would do that, and it was just so. You used your imagination because, well, video games, they didn't exist.
Right.
I mean, they did, but not really.
Well, one of my favorite things about this gig is, I grew up listening to sports radio. It was around when I was a kid. But I loved the sound bites. I loved the clips. That was the best part of the show to me. And so when Napster and Kazaa came around, maybe I'm admitting to a crime here, but I would download music and clips and stuff, and then I would DJ family parties from the kitchen where we had things synced up.
Nicely done.
But then I would also talk to they would get so mad at me, I would talk to them and answer their questions with sound bites that I had downloaded.
That would get
from
annoying.
Different movies.
That would get old.
But it was because all I wanted to do was be on the soundboard.
Look at that. Hey, if you will it is no dream, sir.
All right, there it is.
Probables, let's fire it up, my friend. Here we go.
It's time for, how you say, with the pitching, probables?
Arizona and Pittsburgh tonight. It's Zach Godley versus Chad Kuhl. Orioles at the Nats. Kevin Gausman against Max Scherzer. Cubs, Reds, Kyle Hendricks, Matt Harvey, Fatty Fat, Fat Fat. A's, White Sox, Chris Bassett, Lucas Giolito. Cards, Brewers, Carlos Martinez and Brent Suter. We got the Jays and the Angels, Aaron Sanchez, Tyler Skaggs. Padres, Giants, Tyson Ross, and Madison Bumgarner. That's a look at those that shall reside on the bump.
Makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Did you know, probably weren't paying attention. I understand why. But did you see the bean brawl war that the Giants and Marlins had going?
No.
Oh, just plunking people left and right, those two.
Well,
that's ugly.
That's very smart, because somebody's got to pay attention to them, so let's draw attention to ourselves.
The pain, man. I would not have wanted to dig into the box in that series. Every other guy was wearing one.
Hey, now.
It got ugly. Good work out of you, Tom. Good work, Matthew. Be well, everybody. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.